Greetings, aristocrats. Hello, hello. Wow, I could have sworn I scheduled this stream for now, but I guess I didn't. Oops. Anyway, so I'm early today. Whatever shall we do for the extra hour? Oh. Yeah. Man, I just saw on Twitter, it's like trending in Japan right now. But it rained a lot earlier in the Kanto region, like, by near the sea. And I think, like, Chiba area is, like, really flooded. So there's these, like, insane, like, flood images on Twitter right now. And, like, a lot of people can't go home. Yeah. A lot of people can't go home. It's pretty crazy. So I actually pulled that up to show you. Let's see. I actually pulled that up to show you because I was just showing my sister the pictures too. It's pretty crazy. Look here. Oops. That's me. Look at this. Oh, you guys can see. But like basically it's like flooded to almost waist level, and people are just waiting on a bridge, but like they're stuck, right? They can't go home. Yeah, it's knee level, like this. And then there was this crazy tweet where okay, yeah, it's like this, and then hold on, just make my OBS a bit smaller. There we go. And then yeah, And then there's this tweet about like, oh my gosh, the bus looks like a boat now. And then it actually does. It's just water outside. Look at this. Wouldn't cars like go bad if the water goes too high? Like if it floods the engine? This is Venice in Japan. Silva, thank you so much for the tip. Early Malice starting early, get her Yap numbers up and reach top 5. I mean, this is a Yap stream, so I wouldn't have counted anyways in the methodology. Yeah, depends on the bus. Yeah, too much water will flood the engine and cease operations. Right, only specific trucks can handle water that deep. I guess so. That and this bus, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Like, where are you going when it's flooded like this? Are the drains still running? What? Are the drains, like, why? Where could you go? I guess if you walk home, it's like, okay. But, like, if you have to take some kind of transportation to go home, like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. I don't know. It rained heavily for, like, maybe 45 minutes or something, I feel. I'm just home, so it doesn't feel too crazy, but... linear precipitation ban occurring in Chiba. Whoa. Yeah. Could they wait until the next day? I guess so, but then it's so many people. You saw the people on the bridge just now. That's a lot of people to be chilling in internet cafes. The worst part is the drains are overflooded and God forbid the sewers are also unable to take it. And you get hazardous water. Hopefully it's not gonna be so bad in Japan because I feel like that... Actually, you know what? Chiba infrastructure is a bit... I don't know. All the worst things have happened in Chiba. One, because I think they do get hit pretty bad. But I think two, there's just something about Chiba, man. Like, this was the place, this was the prefecture where the power got knocked out by the typhoon like years ago, and then it took them like more than 2 weeks to bring back the power, so then it was actually really bad. Yeah. Oh man. And there was a really memorable tweet I remember reading at the time about somebody whose entire roof got blown off of their apartment. Like, he just came home and then there was no roof. And it was written in such a funny way. I kept trying to find that tweet again because I really want to see it again. I thought it was so bad, but it was so funny because of the way that person wrote the tweet. Just like, he just took the picture and it's like, there's no roof in the house. I was just like, that's ridiculous. And then the next follow-up tweet in the reply is like, I'm sitting in the unit bath waiting for help because there's nowhere else that has a roof in the house because the unit bath is the only thing that stays together because it's a unit of plastic. It's like one thing. Yeah, so he's just sitting in the bath. Oh gosh. Oh man. Yeah, a typhoon actually just passed by, but it's gone actually, so it's not... I don't know, it was just heavy rain, it wasn't even a typhoon. Whoa! This looks kind of bad. What? What is happening? Oh, there's a water show outside. No way. Oh, that's going very high. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Who? Oh, is this some statue? Okay. Is this a statue? And it's like, why are they making an AI picture of a gorilla? Oh my god, what? What is I don't even know. This is like somewhere near Chiba, like city, I think. One of the... Oh, lake around. But it's not even a lake. It's probably some kind of park with a statue. Oh, good heaven morning to you too. There was a TLDR, there was heavy rain in Chiba, and now it's trending, and there's all these disaster images, disaster videos on Twitter right now. Yeah, if you want to see for yourself, I'll show you the, let me show you the, this is the keyword you can search on Twitter to find. This is the trend in Japan, so... Yeah, and then you can get all these pictures and videos and stuff. Whoa! Okay, maybe this is the kanji for this linear precipitation thing, whatever this is. I guess it's just something that causes really heavy rain. There was this really sad one that I scrolled by that was just like, some lady's business got flooded, and she was like really upset. Like, she was like, how am I supposed to do business now? Yeah, all these like small businesses on the first floor. It's like quite bad. Oh man. See, this is the thing with like houses. If you're on the first floor, you can get flooded like this if the water is like waist level. Dang. Oh man. Yeah. What the lady just goes out. It's like, I'm just gonna open an umbrella. Okay. Whoa. Wada 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 wada. There's too many W's. Oh, 終わってる. Wada wada wada. All you can do is laugh. Dang. Oh my gosh. 電車も終わってる。大雨特別警報くん。車両内で。え? People are singing? What does it mean? やめて。早く帰りたい。Okay, at least the water is clear. Yeah, that's true. Some of it wasn't. I saw some of the pictures. The water wasn't super clear. Wow. Okay, this is a train station. Oh my gosh. This is Chiba Station. Yeah. In other countries, you won't see the ground through the water. That's true. You can still sort of see the ground here. Yeah, you're right. Oh! Oh! Wow. Okay. Kaihin Makuhari Station. Oh, big events station. I think this is where they have like Comic Cat and stuff. And like the Miku Expo, whatever. Wow. Good thing, I think Magikaru Mirai is in Osaka this week. Not Japan. Not Tokyo. So it's okay. But usually Magikaru Mirai is in Chiba. So literally where I just showed you. So but it's in the end of August. I think they do Osaka first and then Tokyo. So yeah, Miku is saved, don't worry. Miku is saved, don't worry. Yeah. Dang. Okay, now this is dirty water. Oh my gosh. Business dinner, called a taxi, is not coming, decide to walk. All the underpasses and nearby station are completely flooded. Oh my gosh. Sheesh, yeah, this one's muddy. It's the underpassages. It's probably, like, by nature or something. What is this about? Measures to prevent backflow. Oh, this is the thing, right? In floods, if the pipes and stuff flood, the sewage can come back up, right? So it says put 45-liter plastic bags. 2 of them. And then 20-liter in the 水を入れて 口を閉じ蓋をする。So, 2枚重ね20リットル入れて水を入れ、put 20 liters of water inside the bag and then shut it. Wait, but then how does that work? Like, you need the water to go into the bag, right? I need a visual of how to do it. I don't understand. Wait. I don't understand. Let me Google this. 逆流予防対策. It keeps pressure on the pipe to stop the backflow. Oh, so they literally put the bag into the toilet. Oh, Okay, I have the picture. I can show you. Okay, you literally put the bag on where the water comes out and stuff to keep pressure on it, I guess? ビニール袋に水を入れた水のを置くと逆流抑える効果がある. Okay. So it's just putting like a water bag on top of the drain to stop it from like coming out. Yeah. It creates a press to prevent backflow. Yeah, it says double up the bag and then I see. I learned today. I'm not in the flood prone zone. Luckily, I think when you move to any place in Japan, you need to check the hazard map before you go there. You can't just move into any place. You have to check the hazard map to make sure the address is not in a hazard zone, or else this could happen. So, I'm not in a hazard-ish area, so I've not really experienced any of this, but you know, this happens. Yeah. Yeah. So you need to Google like a hazard map of your area if you were to choose a place. Sure, let me drink some water. Is it cheaper? What is? Yeah. Places that are in hazardous areas do tend to be cheaper. Except for some. There have been some areas that have been developed by real estate developers in recent years that have been sort of sold as kind of upscale areas, but they are actually very hazard prone. Moki Moki, thank you so much for the 5,000 bits. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. I only know about near the Tokyo area, but I know that the area around Futako Tamagawa, basically Tama River. Let me see if I can pull up like okay, Tokyo hazard map. Might as well pull up a map. Oh shoot, it doesn't show everything because it only shows Tokyo. Okay, maybe Tokyo, Kanagawa. 両方がいいな。Oh gosh, it doesn't show me everything. Maybe Kanagawa hazard map. Okay, hold on. So there's some low-lying areas around the Tama River that are very hazard-prone, like very flood-prone, because they're very... Basically, the river is prone to overflowing. Because that area is like at the end of the river, kind of, so then all the water gets like collected and like floods in really heavy rain. Vargas Gellich, thank you so much for 100 bits. It's a bit funny if you consider all the signs first. We've got the sun darkening yesterday, which was pretty to see, by the way. And now you got floods, and now all is missing is the locust plague! And now you just need Moses. Oh my gosh. Don't worry, the locust will be in Australia, where we will check out today. Because the most likely to have bugs. Yeah. Oh, maybe what I need to do is Tama River hazard map. There we go. There we go. Okay, okay. Oh, maybe this is still not very clear for you. I'll try to show you anyways. It might not be clear for you because it's in Japanese. Okay. Hold on, let me just remove the remove the entire area that's like white here so that it can make it small and just show you the red areas, but like oh wait, this is really north. Oh, this is Hinoshi. Never mind, this is too north. I wanted to show you a bit lower down on the river. Let me see. I wanted to show you a bit lower down on the river. Basically, there's an area that's more like south along the river that's kind of low-lying, and every time it rains really hard, it floods a lot in that area. So one of them is Futako Tamagawa, and the other one is Musashi Kosugi. So, and these are both areas that were developed recently, with like high-rise offices, and like tower mansion, like expensive apartment blocks and stuff. Despite it being in a flood zone, so then, you know, basically all these people kind of got tricked into buying these expensive apartment blocks, and then whenever it rains, it just floods, like in the lobby and everything. It's pretty crazy. Dare Bears, thank you so much for subscribing for 9 months on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, let me see if I can find pictures of like the Tamagawa flood. From before. So, okay, so normally, right, this area... It's not letting me save the picture. Okay, there. Normally... Oops, it's kind of small. Normally, this area... looks like this. So, like, as you can see, the river, sometimes when it's low, when the river is... This entire thing is the river, by the way. The entire... where the bridge is crossing. And then normally when it's low, you have a lot of, like, green area where you can kind of, like, take walks and, like, you know, dogs can run around free and all that. It's like a nice picnic area. People sit here to watch fireworks when they have the fireworks festival, whatever, right? But, like, when it floods really high. Like the entire river floods, and it floods into the buildings that are like in the low-lying area too, because basically I think, let's see, Futako Tamagawa hazard. Can I hazard map? I think historically there's an area in this area where you're really not supposed to build anything. But I think in recent times, because of like just like real estate greed, I guess, like they started building into that area. Okay, yeah, so the entire green area really here, and the area on the right where it's like dotted, you're really... Historically, this area was left alone, and like buildings weren't built there because it floods like every decade or so. Like there'd be big rain, lots of rain, and then the river would basically rise all the way to where that dotted area is. Yeah, but then, you know, they kind of developed this area and built a lot of like expensive high rises. The company, the Japanese company Rakuten is on this dotted area. Like their offices are here, so a lot of like their workers live around this area. So there's a lot of expensive like buildings and stuff here. So then, yeah, there was so much talk about the last time it flooded, like maybe half a decade ago. There was a lot of talk about like, oh, why did you guys build there? Blah blah blah. Yeah, because it was quite bad. And then I think people learn their lesson. But here, and I think Musashi Kosugi always floods too. But Musashi Kosugi is below sea level or something crazy like that, or really low. So all the water always flows into Musashi Kosugi. Wait, that's crazy. 検討中の物件が浸水想定エリア内か And then the entire Musashi Kosugi is flood prone. It's like, check the hazard map. Oh, this entire area is owari da. So, yeah. Anyway, I find it interesting that people still buy places that are in areas like this that you already know are going to flood. Yeah. Does the geography lesson start? Oh my gosh, speaking of geography, I actually caught up with a classmate of mine from vampire school yesterday, and she's always been like a geography like nerd growing up, and of course, like, naturally, I don't know, I'm very envious of people who like naturally have one thing that they love, and it's like so obvious to them that this is the thing that they're going to do in the future. And like, she's a professor of geography. Like, duh, it's like so obvious. Yeah, like she had like her like online nicknames used to have the word typhoon in them. Like, she loves typhoons. So like, when I met up with her yesterday, I was just like, oh yeah, is the typhoon gone? Can you just tell me? And then I know I can trust her word. She knows about the typhoons. Of course she knew. Like, she already checked where it went and everything. It was great. And it was really cool because I haven't seen this person in a long time, but it was really cool to finally be able to like talk about maps and like locations on maps and train lines and stuff without the other person missing a beat. Like, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, this like suburb is like there, and she's like, yeah, she knows exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the map. And like, you know, high lying places, low lying places, and whatever. We're more likely that, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I was like, yeah, you know, maybe geography could have been something that I could have gotten into, but I don't know. I'm not that type of like person who would fixate to that level. Like, it's more a passing interest to me, and there's like random things that I could talk about as if I'm an expert, because I just like read random things about stuff. But then I won't know anything else outside of what I've read. So, and I'm also not interested in going that deep. So, yeah. So it's like, it's not enough. It's not enough fixation. But sometimes I'll know enough to sound like I really know a lot. It's surface level, but it's enough to the average, like, normal person to sound like I know so much, you know? Yeah, like Wikipedia enjoy it, exactly. Yeah, it's an approximate knowledge of many things. Yeah, I would call my style, which is very intuitive. Yeah. Because today at my work meeting, my kohai was definitely mogging me in terms of like her dedication to her job, because like she was doing things that she was not being asked to do. Like, I think I recently passed on one of the projects that I used to handle to her so that she could do it, and she's definitely doing way more work than I was doing, because she was like, what was it? Like, you know, for that particular project, you have to make all these videos and stuff, and she was like making like an Excel sheet of like what kinds of videos like work best for like whatever the goal is, right? And she was like writing down all these like different characteristics of videos, like, oh, do they have text on them? Is it like a female voice, male voice? Is it fast paced? What is the pacing? What kind of like stuff is featured and whatever. And she was like trying to classify all the historic videos that were done, and then like trying to see which ones do better. And I was like, wow, I would not do that. But also, it's, to me, as I was listening, I was like, I feel like I would know the answer to this without doing that. Because I feel like you would see the results, sort of file it in the back of your mind, being like, okay, this one did well. Okay, that one didn't do well. And then you can sort of like know intuitively why one is better than the other. So I think I rely on my intuition too much in my work, that like sometimes I guess my advice is not trustworthy, because it's like, don't worry, trust me, go with the gut. But I think I would have arrived at the same conclusion without the Excel sheet. Yeah, but you need the Excel sheet to convince people. That's true. And I was trying to think like, oh, what is the difference? Yeah. But she's totally mugging me in the project, but that's good. That's okay. Because there was really nobody else to do this kind of work besides me until she came along, and I was not doing that work because I was like just going to go off vibes because not being paid enough for this. So yeah. So. Yeah. You like to collect knowledge and learn about stuff, be it good or bad. Your mind will never let go of it. Best is when you correct the famous or saying a quotes. Oh dear. Playing a fiddle as Rome burns. No fiddle existed and he helped people take shelter in the palace. I see. Yeah. She was my successor? Yeah, kind of. I've been teaching her how to do a lot of stuff. Yeah. I'm more of someone who, like, learned, like, on my own how to do things. And, just from doing it. And from researching it on my own. And with her, it's like, I kind of taught her a lot of stuff. And now she knows how to do it. But, you know, she asked a lot of questions. And then she learned how to do it from learning from other people. Which I didn't. So it's, yeah, that's a difference, I guess. Like, yeah, because I'm much more, like, I already knew the things just by knowing. And then also I guess I just learned it by existing. I don't know, yeah. Second generation advantage, exactly. Without me, the entire project would not exist, actually. But yeah, this is true. Yeah, and then I taught her how to do it, and now she's way better at it than me. Yeah, because she's both native Japanese and native English, so she was always going to be better than me at it. Wow, dyslexia. Better at me than it, I was going to say. Yeah. I built this, by the way. Mogging means nothing. I trained my superior. Yeah, kind of. I guess the student has become the master. Yes, this is true. All right, but I've actually saved a bunch of the videos you guys shared with me in the tweet that I wrote for sharing different videos. So I want to watch a bunch of things. Hey, there was actually one that was really interesting. I think somebody shared like these videos about what is it? When Australia had a sea, and prehistoric Australia was pure nightmare fuel. I don't know if this person's there yet, but I was like not going to put that many suggestive videos in. Like I was hoping it was mostly going to be short videos, but these ones actually look so interesting. I love history and geography, you guys. I love geography in particular. Like, what do you mean there used to be a sea? I love the Pangea videos. You know, I love those so much. Super Spire, thank you so much for all the super thanks for uploading a part of the sea shanty karaoke. Completely missed that part when you were at FaceCon. No worries, yeah. Last night, I think I uploaded the sea shanty video, so if you haven't seen that, you should go check that out. Yeah. So. Megafauna is very interesting, I see. Prehistoric Australia actually part of Africa. I mean, I think maybe a little after everything split off. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see all these videos. But first, I do have the More Pars compilation that I want to watch. Soon be soon. Thank you for 9 months membership. Only thing I know about Australia is from Cleo. You just say old mate when you can't remember somebody's name. I do have a learning Australian accents video. As well, so we're gonna watch that and learn how to speak. I already like went through a couple of videos to try to find the best video that I wanted to show today, and one of them I didn't like how the guy kept like pushing his hair away from his forehead, so I didn't use it. I was like, that's really annoying, so I didn't use the video. There was this one guy who was like, learn Australian accent in 5 minutes. He kept pushing his hair back like he was in Mean Girls. But he did teach, like, you know, the first vowel that you need to learn is the I vowel, which is like, instead of saying like I, it would be like oi, and then so it's like what is it, like might, that kind of thing, to make it sound very, very Australian. Yeah, Australian. So, yeah. So we'll learn. Oi, mate? Moit? Yeah. Exactly. So we're gonna learn, but... Alright, let me just... head aside. Put on the TV. Fix this thing. This is, the More Pause compilation. Oh no. How does this work? Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright, the phobia warning. Well, yeah, because it's Australia. There's gonna be spiders, chat. Okay? Be careful. There's gonna be spiders in the video. This is Australia. Alright. Let's see.
Is the Sydney funnel web, the deadliest spider on the planet. Because of course it's down here. Where the fuck else do you think you were gonna find it? These scary looking fuckers are highly venomous and can flatline you with a bite in 15 minutes. And if you think wearing thick clothes will save you, be aware the bastards have fangs long enough to punch through shoe leather. Now, why do I bring these little nightmares up? What is the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery? A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup. That's right, Australian scientists have found a brand new species of this funnel web that is even bigger. How much bigger?
Spider-Man?
Well, the standard Sydney funnel web grows to around 5 centimetres or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're asking me, 2 inches is more than enough. 2 inches is actually fucking huge. By comparison, this is the new one. It's twice the fucking size, cunt. 4 inches of 8-legged menace to the animal kingdom. But that isn't even the best part. You see, do you know what they named this thing?
It looks like plastic.
Do you know what professional scientists named a supersized version of the most dangerous spider on the entire fucking planet? The Newcastle Big Boy. Deadliest spider on the entire fucking globe. Big Boy. Only in Australia.
Oh my gosh, the big boy.
Platypus are weird, but I'm not sure you quite understand just how fucking weird. So everyone knows the basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the spore creature creator and just called it a day. But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they've...
This is like an otter duck looking thing. It has like a duck beak, but it's like... I don't know.
Venomous? No, I'm not fucking with you. You heard me correctly. Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs.
Wait, they swim?
These spurs are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for throwing hands with other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck.
A little bit cute.
See, platypus venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck.
They're poisonous. I didn't know they were poisonous.
With them again, these effects can last for several
It's their self-defense, I guess.
And have no treatment or anti-venom. So if Perry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next on the list of offensive...
There's no cure. Okay, I see. Shadowroo, thank you for the super. The platypus is nature's form of humor. Oh my gosh. So it's venomous? Oh, but not poisonous. So it'll like, you know... just make you mildly uncomfortable or severely uncomfortable for a little bit. Just some casual discomfort for you know, a little.
Capabilities, I shit you not. Platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big-ass bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush.
Surveillance equipment!
The ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey. Meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it. And last but not least, as if those things weren't already unbelievable.
You know how, like, I remember, I think there was this story about how, like, usually right before really bad disasters, animals have the natural instinct to know that it's coming, and they'll usually go to high ground themselves. So, I read this story about how, like, I think in 2005 there was like a Southeast Asia earthquake and tsunami, right? And all the animals in like zoos and stuff are going wild and crazy and breaking out and like running up the hills and stuff. Yeah. And then people are just like, what is happening? And then you see these videos of like human beings who are on vacation in like Phuket or something, seeing the big wave in the distance and then like going closer to see what's going on. Oh gosh. Humans not going to make it. Like they like take out their video cameras at the time and start filming. Oh.
We recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent.
Oh my gosh.
They glow.
What?
If you hit these things with...
I feel like only poisonous things glow. Oh, well, they are kind of venomous. I was like, poisonous things glow. Yeah. Normally certain deep sea fish only die on the shore when a fault is detected. Oh, isn't that why they say in Japan, like, if you see, like, certain kinds of fish that are deep sea, but you, like, see them in shallow waters, that means something big is coming. That's where the saying came from, right? Insane Linguist, thank you so much for the super. Fun fact, when the British Museum received a taxidermied platypus, they thought they were being pranked by some wannabe joker just sued a bunch of unrelated animals together. Oh my gosh. Wow. Another Czech viewer too. Wow. I have a disproportionate number of Czech viewers, I feel.
For the black light, they go bright fucking
That's crazy! See, this is definitely poisonous.
And the best part of that is, we have no clue why they do it.
Why?
I mean, I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus man. I'll give up, man. Who fucking designed this thing?
Shadow, thank you so much for the super. Venomous, they bite or sting. Poisonous, bad touch. I see. Death touch. Yeah. You bite it, you die. I see. Yeah. The music in between each short is like so loud. I tried to make it softer, but it's so loud.
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you.
Let me add some compression on my desktop audio.
This isn't actually a rock.
No BS.
That is a stonefish, a species of underwater menace native to Australia.
I compressed it so it won't be as loud for you guys.
No one, it is
still
also
the
most venomous fish in the ocean.
Wait, hold on. I missed what he said.
As if the fucking snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by ocean and could
stonefish.
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you.
No way. That's insane.
That's because this isn't actually a rock. That is a stonefish, a species of underwater menace native to Australia. And coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, it is also the most venomous fish in the ocean. Because of course it is. As if the fucking snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by a pet rock. But why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental
English
health?
without subtitles.
Stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this little doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign to warn you. No. This bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved some of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make hunting easier.
They'd be good at Mecha Chameleon.
They are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house.
Wow.
Now, this is a fairly major problem as they love to live in the shallows on the beach.
Wow.
And that venom we talked about.
They're just pranking. They just do it for the fun of the game. Okay.
Is stored in these 13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on.
No
you
way.
can probably see where I'm going with this. Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention, if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach with one of the homies, and while distracted by his ethereal beauty, weren't paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous dose of neurotoxin straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom. No. You see, these things maxed out the toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing your heart and lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis.
Oh, ew. Shadowroo, PMP, thank you so much for the super. Australoneuphis are the real nightmare. You'll see. Will I see? Okay. Oh, I'm not going to look that up. No thanks.
Where even the scenery is trying to one-shot
Sounds like
me.
a bad day, yeah, it does. Ow.
This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Finish him.
Introducing the cassowary, a species of ratite.
Okay, it's this guy. You guys talked about this last time. Crazy bird in the Two Truths and a Lie.
And for once, guys, it's not venomous. Can still flatline you though, and I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such share their impressive size.
Yeah, what they sound
coming
like.
in at a
Oh my
solid
gosh.
79 kilos and
gosh.
growing up to 6 feet tall,
Big
meaning
boys.
the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo.
Uh-huh.
But what makes it stick out from emus? Well, you see, the cassowary is basically a spec
They are basically chocobos. What the heck?
ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial.
Oh my gosh, that's what they sound like! Whoa! No way! Chocobos are short kings.
Most importantly, coming with a combat knife.
What?
Strapped to their foot. That's right, this is a cassowary claw, and it's the reason
Wow.
they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws
Whoa.
are a full 5 inches long. And you know what I mean? Honestly, 5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially for something that's going inside me. And if you anger the tactical assault turkey, that is exactly what you're gonna get, as their go-to defense method is to kick you
Oh
square
my
in the
gosh.
gut with that kitchen knife
Ow.
and attempt to disembowel you. And even if the kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can
Wow.
cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean. I mean, luckily he survived, but the fact that I live in a country where at any point I could be
Is
hit
there
with
a video
sneak
of
attack
this?
by a kaiju turkey is
Kaiju turkey.
terrifying.
Is there a video of this? I need to see that. What the heck? Sultan and Sultanas, thank you so much for the super related. There's a Bob Catter crocodile clip. I see. Yeah, I need to see if I can find a clip of that. Hold on. Pause. Cassowary. You wish there isn't? No way! Cassowary. Kick. It's human. Suicide, thank you so much for the super. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Cassowary versus man. Graphic. Oh no. Wait, it's a compilation of cassowaries fighting people. Hold on, maybe it's a graphic. Wait, does that mean somebody dies? What happens? Where's the graphic part? Okay, let me scroll through this real quick. Just to check. Okay, I don't know what's the graphic part, but cassowary. Not a pretty sight. Oh my gosh. Wow. Cassowary attack. The cassowary channel. Oh. Wow. Wild cassowary chases girl on the beach. Oh no. There's probably blood. Yeah, probably. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is fine. Alright, anyway, let's keep going. I have the window open in case we want to watch cassowary attack videos later.
Touching this plant will put
Just
you
some
in the hospital.
injury, you know?
This is the Gimpy
Hospital.
Gimpy plant, a piece
Wow.
of foliage native to the land down
It
under.
looks so
and
normal.
surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet.
Pineful.
'Cause, yeah, no,
He said pineful. The most pineful plant in the planet.
of course, man, even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me.
Okay.
Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered
Queensland.
in tiny hairs that
Queens.
upon closer
Queensland.
inspection aren't hairs at all and are
Queensland. How do
actually
you say like an
thousands of
Australian?
hypodermic needles waiting to
Queensland.
stab you and break off inside your skin
Queens.
if you so much.
He says it. Oh, sorry, I'm distracted. Hold on. I'm distracted.
It is in fact the most painful plant
Painful
on the
plant
planet.
on the
'Cause, yeah,
planet.
no, of course, man. Even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me. Growing in
Okay.
the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes
Queensland.
are covered in tiny hairs.
Hairs.
That upon closer
Tiny
inspection
hairs.
aren't hairs at
Tiny
all and are
hairs.
actually
Oh,
thousands.
I get it. Tiny hairs. Like the tiny is like toiny. Like OI, like oi. Tiny hairs. hairs. Flatten my tiny hairs.
Dozens of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin. And cause absolutely excruciating pain.
Okay.
I mean, like, comedic levels of pain.
Comedic levels of pain.
One person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth, and she'd given birth 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
The f***ed up part is, the neurotoxin...
At least she lived to say that.
...isn't even lethal. So this spiteful c*** of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying...
Not even lethal, so they just want to hurt you.
Done by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal...
Wow, they're like was it moral plants? Like, you know, they'll hurt you real bad, but they won't kill you. just like your clone, chat. They'll beat your ass, but they won't kill you. Leave you alive to be healed.
Years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin.
You need to go to Korea to remove it. Surgery.
Any time that they're moved or disturbed. This constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop.
No
this
way.
Particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
No way! Exactly what you said. No way!
I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nuts.
Oh no! Apparently it was an American soldier. No way! No!
Crocodiles are just dinosaurs that...
Oh my gosh, Nitty!
...forgot to go extinct. I am dead serious, and I cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native to the land down under. And
they're kind of cute, though.
Shocking absolutely no one. Yes, it can and will eat you.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, it's something Nitty didn't tell us.
The whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the salty stats...
Oh, look, it's kind of cute with the blood coming out of his mouth, though. Let me pause right there. Look at this. It's so derpy looking.
Go extinct thing. The salty stat spread just feels like something that should have been patched out with the rest.
Only Florida man can save us.
The Jurassic Park, starting with their ridiculous size. You see, salties are the largest reptile on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 meters long.
90 feet, 6 meters long.
With a maximum weight of a...
19 feet. 19 feet. 6 meters, 6 meters long. 19.
1,100 kilos, which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my car.
Oh, dang, it's huge.
Despite being longer than my ute,
6-7 meters. Oh,
they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth.
Wow.
Crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they are dirty campers.
I said 6 like a South African. Oh dear, that was wrong then. 6. I was imagining like a New Zealand accent, I think.
On the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and yeah, get bitten in half by that hydraulic press they call a mouth.
Wow.
That's right, just like any good camper, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the planet, having been recorded at putting out a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws.
Okay.
To put that into
how
context,
much is that?
your skull will crack at 1,100 psi, so a croc would pop your head like a watermelon.
Oh.
And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spinning its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat,
it just likes to do a little spin. The roll is kind of cute, no?
But the best thing about the crocodile
if only
is
it wasn't so strong.
Is so f***ing good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years.
They were just this is the perfect specimen. This is it. This is the ultimate Chad. They didn't need to evolve anymore. They were already perfect. Wow. Yeah, just peak evolution. Yeah, this is actually the final form, you guys. Just timeless mogging. Yeah, 65 million years of mogging everything around them. Yes. You just can't improve upon perfection. Exactly. Yeah, evolutionarily complete. Yeah.
Which means I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun.
Oh my god.
Rest in peace, you absolute f***ing legend.
Jackie, thank you so much for the super. At least Nitty only rose the R's and not us. True. True. Very scary stuff. And not one to make an enemy of. Riza, thank you so much for 5 months membership. Fun fact about Australia. You once had a prime minister named Harold Holt, we just lost one day. I actually know that story. He just went for a swim and he never appeared again, right? He like just was gone. And now you name a swimming pool in his honor. Sheesh. Oh no. We just never saw him again.
Koalas are really
koalas.
dumb. In fact, Australia's fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet. And that stupidity starts with their diet. Because
they are pretty privileged to be protected.
They chose to
otherwise,
eat
they should be dead.
But straight up poison.
Oh my gosh.
You see, koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves, which, shocking no one, are highly toxic. Because they are full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so fucking poisonous that as little as 3.75 mil is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the Reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf. Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm.
Oh no,
Australia.
Gosh. Wow!
And despite nature putting up this
crazy.
giant do not eat sign,
Eucalyptus
that
leaves?
did not stop the koala, because he can't fucking read. This suboptimal bulking diet not only gives the koala all in the way of nutrition, but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't fucking cark
I did read about this, yeah.
Meaning they need to spend upwards of 18 hours a day sleeping in order to just digest
their beauty privilege.
Food. These dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with.
Eucalyptus trees spread by randomly exploding.
Brain dead.
Oh my
gosh. They will not recognize a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch. I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death.
Oh my gosh!
It should come as no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an esky temperature IQ that they literally have a...
Wait, but you know the killer whale is also, like, the killer whale's smart though, but like, they don't eat humans because they weren't taught to. Right? I've been watching those videos about the whales and why they don't attack humans. And they don't eat humans because they're the orcas. They don't eat humans because they aren't taught to. So they only eat the things that they were generationally taught to eat. Yeah. Yeah. But also, even if there are other kinds of fish that they could eat, they won't because they weren't taught to eat it. So they're very like, I will only eat this kind of salmon, you know? Marks, thank you so much for the super. Wait until you learn about drop bears and that you need to have toothpaste behind your ears and neck protect yourself. They don't like the taste. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I the salmon as a cap fashion for the orcas, right? I do know about that too.
Smooth.
All because interesting.
Brain. The thoughts slide right off of this dumb c***. I love him.
Yeah.
This wasp is basically a xenomorph.
Whoa.
Introducing the tarantula hawk wasp,
No.
possibly one of the most nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's autobiography. But before we get to the strats, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to Australia, because of course it fucking is, this fucker is the largest wasp on the planet.
What?
Coming in at a massive 2.5 inches. Which, I mean, boys, we would all agree. Well
Wow.
above
Wait,
average,
that's
right?
really big for a wasp. That's crazy.
Huge. And this is probably the most effective 2 inches has ever been because it has the second most painful sting
Ow.
of any insect on the planet. Coming in just barely behind the bullet ant. Pack-and-a-half-inch stinger with a potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, and
Corrected.
electric.
Oh!
The size and poison aren't just for nothing, because as the name tarantula
Yikes.
hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh, you can eat buffet! Violate spiders? Oh my gosh. Dancing Charlander, thank you so much for 9 months membership. Thank you, thank you. That's crazy. A well above average size wasp.
For them. But they don't just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways possible.
Oh no.
And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting.
Insane Linguist, thank you so much for all the super. If you played Fallout New Vegas, this thing is what Cazado is based on. No, I haven't played it, but I'm assuming it's in Monster.
Down a tarantula. As the buff bulking spider takes a wrong turn down a dark alley, the hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him. Flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's abdomen.
Okay.
Instantly and permanently paralyzing it. The
Wow.
Bug Harbour Butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely conscious and aware spider into an isolated kill room, which is where the fucked up part really begins.
Oh my gosh.
Because our wasp isn't hungry, it's pregnant, and proceeds to lay its egg on the paralyzed spider's abdomen. After about 3 to 4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae. A very, very hungry larva. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right here underneath them. That food being the still paralyzed, still very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket, consuming it from the inside out, purposely avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh.
Oh
After
my
it's
gosh.
done consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse like a fucking chestburster and fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation.
That's insane.
Anywho, good luck getting any sleep tonight.
Wow. Wait, that one is the worst one. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a monster. Can you imagine, like, this thing, but, like, dinosaur size? Like, what kind of insane... This is like some Hunter x Hunter ant arc type crap. Like, this is like... this is like... Yeah, wow. More disturbing than the ant arc. Sultan of Sultanas, thank you so much for the super. So visiting Australia anytime soon? Yeah, I don't know. Oh my gosh, insects are crazy. That's right. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Punished Mishkin, thank you so much for 6 months membership. Why don't kids these days go outside? Outside? Yeah. Shadowroo, thank you so much for the super. There are so many horrors over there. Yeah, there's more. Yup, we are only halfway through. There's more. There's more.
A gorilla can't beat 100 men in a fight. He gets jumped. But that begs the question, which animal does win? And the answer,
Hold on. Insect Devil, thank you for the super. I always wondered how you were born. Now you know about your ancestry. Yes. The insect arms race is fascinating. Oh my gosh. Everything here is 100% true. Wow. I mean, I believe it. I believe it. I think so. Yeah. Oh, I'm scared. Okay. All right. It's gonna be a hippo.
5 meters long and weighing in at a genuinely frightening 4,500.
Thank you, Dancing Charmander, for the Akaspa. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you, thank you. Right in time for 4,500 kilograms, 9,920 pounds. That's crazy. Why is it that you finally managed to arrive at stream once all you find is horrors beyond modern comprehension? This one's just for you. You're welcome. Thank you so much for filling the energy vault. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. We'll need it. We'll need it to fight off these hippos. They're really heavy, so I know we're gonna need this energy.
100 kilos. I present to you the hippopotamus.
Wow.
Yeah, look, a hippo calls
so they kind of angry. I always thought hippos were like nice animals.
After a fight is honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic
look how cute they are as babies.
PR work Moodang has done for the hippopotamus community. Doesn't change the fact that Moto here is a sentient Ford F-150, the temperament of a fucking serial killer who can win this fight for one very specific reason. You can't fucking hurt it.
Oh, wow. Wait, this is the Hulk. It's kind of like the Hulk. It's like, what are you going to do? Tickle it for fun? Like, the hippo is kind of the Hulk, yeah. They kill for fun, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, and made of pure muscle, dang. Wow. If it's bipedal, you kill it. Oh my gosh, like on 2 feet. Rhino is too short-sighted to get many kills. A hippo's just kill. Wow. That's the difference between the two? Oh, wow. I see. I didn't know that they were scary. See, I thought hippos were like maybe nice animals because I think when I was younger too, and then my brother was like basically a toddler, he loved like watching National Geographic videos on TV, right? He always thought he wanted to like be a zoo owner or something, and hippos was like one of his favorite animals. I don't know, maybe it's because he watched it on National Geographic and hippos are cool on National Geographic. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I have like a very, very cool memory of like I think this is like a zoo. Maybe it was Ueno Zoo in Japan. But like there's a picture of my toddler brother posing in front of the hippo exhibit pretending to be a hippo. Like and then I always thought like, oh, hippos must be these nice animals because like my kid brother really likes them. And I had no idea. I see. Oh, zoo hippos are nice, but the wild ones, no. I see. I see.
You say the hippopotamus.
Oh my gosh, but look how cute they are running. But they look so cute running. Look at them. Oh, it's a beauty privilege. I don't know.
Possibly the.
Look at how they look running. They look so cute when they really get the chungus boy. No way.
Tankiest land animal.
I don't know. It's just like yeah. I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Fucking planet packing an unbelievably
Tanky.
thick 2-inch hide. Now look, we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but in the streets of the African savannah, this makes them practically
invincible.
Don't believe me? Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a family meal. Notice how the hippopotamus does not give a single fuck. If Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it,
I guess their skin is really thick, so they're basically like the Hulk. Hippos are nice if you meet and raise them when they're kids, but that's obviously a bit hard. Oh, I see. So if it's like, if they recognize you as good, they will be nice to you.
Neither can you. However, don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here. The hippopotamus is not a peaceful animal.
Whoa!
They are, in fact, violent, psychopathic, 4.5-ton thundercats that can and will bite you in half.
Oh my gosh.
A hippo's jaw produces 2,000 PSI of pure crushing force. So if he catches your ass...
Whoa! Lethal creatures in Africa?
You are the watermelon.
And as if the hydraulic press wasn't bad enough, don't forget they've got 2 20-inch fangs in that mouth.
Wow.
It'll put a hole in you big enough to stick your arm through.
Oh my gosh.
The bite doesn't even matter. It weighs 4.5 tons and can run at 30k an hour.
Wait, that's very fast. How fast does Usain Bolt run?
Getting hit by a charging hippo is like...
Wait, fast as a human is how fast? 30 miles per hour. How fast is the fastest human? 23.35 miles per hour. Usain Bolt's, 9.58 seconds, 100-meter world record in 2009 was 23, and he just said 30? Okay. Insane Linguist, thank you for the super. Hippos delete more humans each year than lions, leopards, rhinos, elephants, African buffaloes, and sharks combined. That's crazy. Really? Is it because humans think that like hippos won't hurt them? Why do they kill so many humans? Like, what's the circumstance?
Getting hit by a fucking bus. There is no way.
Yeah, that's Usain Bolt, not your average man. Yeah, I was just comparing the fastest man alive to fastest man ever against the hippo, and the hippo is faster. I guess 4 legs will always be more faster than 2 legs, huh?
Winning a fight against something that could probably take out 10 people just by rolling over.
Oh my gosh. Ah!
In summary, don't f with the hungry hippo.
Oh, videos can't come in. I forgot to bring it back. Here, we'll watch this part back.
What?
Whoa!
Getting hit by a charging hippo is like getting hit by a fucking bus. There is no way we are winning a fight against something that could probably take out 10 people just by rolling over.
Oh my gosh.
In summary, don't f with the hungry hippo.
Oh no. I see. I want to watch unfortunate hippo videos.
Komodo dragons are horror villains.
Oh, really?
I mean, seriously.
Oh my gosh. I remember in vampire school, there was a project that was like, do your own research on like an animal that you like. And then I remember picking goldfish. I remember making a project, like, you know, you staple the pages together, and it's like a little booklet that introduces goldfish. But I remember there was a classmate that did Komodo dragons. That's how the first time I learned about this animal was in school, because there was another kid that like researched Komodo dragons.
This industrial-sized lizard is easily one of the biggest assholes in the animal kingdom. When
I didn't know they were bad
packing
too.
A PhD in
suffering
and a double degree in biological
so many
warfare,
mean animals
purely
in
because
Australia.
They cannot be expending effort to hunt. You see, Godzilla's little cousin here is the largest lizard in the world, weighing up to 166 kilos and being a full 3.13 meters in length, which means, for the short kings in my audience, if you're brave enough, bang a motor transport right there.
What? That's
now,
crazy.
Being the reptile equivalent of a Cadillac Escalade means that the Komodo dragon needs to consume a lot of calories to keep that bulk going. However, rather than using that bulk to proactively chase down and body slam its prey, they can take down prey 3 times their size, because as if being a reptilian tank was not enough, they are also venomous. And this isn't just your run-of-the-mill snake venom that, you know, gives you a nice quick 15-minute death. No. A Komodo hunt starts with it running up to its prey and giving it a nice big chomp on the leg, injecting it with hemorrhagic venom. After biting, the Komodo dragon jumps off and just sits there watching.
Like you bleed?
The confused and bewildered animal runs off into the forest, leaking blood, allowing that Komodo dragon to track it like a DoorDash order.
Okay.
A week goes by, and that bite wound isn't closing because hemorrhagic venom prevents blood clots.
Wow. Komodo dragon uses bleed. It was super successful.
So,
super
the
effective.
animal is still slowly bleeding out.
Wow.
And the Komodo is still watching. More time passes. That bite wound gets infected because Komodos
rot from the
are
inside?
carrion
Oh my
feeders,
gosh.
meaning that the inside of their mouth is full of enough rotting flesh and bacteria to give Asmongold a run for his money.
Oh my gosh.
The infection begins to drain the animal's strength, and the Komodo is still watching. Another week passes.
You just
the
never stop
infection
bleeding.
has spread, and the
A
flesh
week passes? That's so long to slowly die.
has
Wow.
begun to rot.
Giving the Itachi Genjutsu a run for its money.
And you best believe that ass lizard is still there watching, like he's waiting for
Oh my gosh, this is his entertainment. This is this animal's entertainment.
his meal to heat up in the microwave. Once the bleeding, disease-ridden animal becomes too exhausted to move on its own and collapses, the Komodo strolls over and eats it alive, shredding it into chunks if it's larger, or if it's small enough, swallowing it whole as it screams on the way down. Even for me, man, that's fucked.
Dang. It watches with his tongue out. Oh, wow.
This is the deadliest snake
Oh
in the
no, we're in
world.
snakes.
Introducing the inland taipan, and being the deadliest venom noodle in the world, I will give you exactly one guess as to where it's found. It's Australia, of course it's fucking Australia. Be so serious here. Where the else did you think you were going to find it? Canada?
Yes, of
More
course.
specifically, as the name suggests, the taipan is found inland in...
How come, like, okay, I mean, I understand why Australia has developed to have so many unique animals because of how isolated it was, so a lot of these animals got to kind of evolve differently from the rest of the world. But, like, how come so many of them are more poisonous, like more venomous, whereas, like, in the rest of the world, animals developed to be less poisonous? Like, you would think that more poisonous animals would live more because they would scare away the prey more, right? Like, less prey would live to tell the tale, right? Because of climate. Yeah, my thought was like, oh, wouldn't poisonous be better for surviving because they would be killed less? Yeah. Because there's so many of them that develop the defense mechanism. But because it was isolated for so long, it developed the defense mechanism? Oh, okay. Because it evolved further, kind of, in a way? You mean? Like, all these plants had to survive for so long by being poisonous because there was so much wildlife like that? Kind of like that? Okay, that kind of makes sense. So rather than the rest of the world being more evolved, actually Australia is the one that's more evolved and everything became deadlier and more poisonous in order to defend itself. Okay. Understandable.
In the outback, luckily extremely
okay.
far from civilization, because this homicidal hospital hose is the definition of size doesn't matter. Because despite having extremely small fangs for a venomous
Thank God
snake,
Australia is
coming
not
in
real.
at
Thank God they're upside down, so they can never come to the right side up world. Thank goodness.
only 6.2 millimeters. The taipan is here to show you that you absolutely fucking can feel less than an inch, because those fangs contain the statistically deadliest snake venom on the fucking planet.
Dang.
Yeah, taipan venom is a pina colada of pain, containing, but not limited to,
At least number one is not as
hemotoxins to
common
cause
as number
blood
two
clots,
snake.
myotoxins
Dang.
for
So
paralysis
this was not
and
very
necrosis,
common.
nephrotoxins to shut down your kidneys, and 3 different kinds of neurotoxin.
3 different
Needless
kinds.
to say, if it bites
3
you,
different
you will get a
kinds.
headache, vomit up the
Kinds.
entire contents of your stomach, collapse to the ground in agonising pain, and then your heart and lungs will stop, sending you to meet God in under 15 minutes.
Of course it does, yeah.
And that venom
Heaven
is so
speed
fucking
run.
potent that one bite contains enough toxin to do that to 100 people.
But
What?
the funniest part of this snake's venom is that in the wild,
They only hunt rats and f***ing mice.
Yeah, it's like, what do they need to be so venomous for? Like, are they hunting hippos? Like, what's the point? And then, of course, I was literally just thinking that. Yeah, it's like so overkill. It's like, oh, is it because of what they're hunting? Like, they need to be this poisonous? Like, are they hunting just really big prey? What is this about?
The
He's just smurfing.
deadliest venom on the planet, and they are using it to
You gotta make sure the mouse dies. Oh.
pack up Remy the rat. It's like hunting a rabbit with a f***ing AWP.
That's the
Wow.
cutest f***ing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my, ah!
Counter-terrorists win.
Oh my gosh. Bro really hates rats.
This adorable little octopus is also the world's deadliest.
Whoa, I mean, it's so colorful. Of course it
Introducing
is.
the blue
Too
ring.
colorful. This is definitely poisonous. Nothing this colorful in the wild is ever good. Like, always evil. Definitely stay away. Anything blue, anything that's blue, stay away. Yeah. Like blue, yellow, all those colors, stay away.
The octopus, a species of cephalopod native to Australia, and in a shock to precisely 0 people at this point,
Oh my gosh.
it's venomous.
Ugh.
Because of course it's fucking venomous. Why wouldn't it be venomous? That'd make my life way too fucking easy. Now, to its credit,
Dang.
unlike most of the toxic bullshit in this hellscape I call home, they at least have the common decency to be coloured like a fucking neon sign. However, it immediately loses this credit by being the octopus equivalent of a fucking hobbit, coming in smaller than a 50-cent coin.
Oh my
And
gosh.
this is a problem, because it is the most venomous octopus in the world.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh.
That's right, this fluoro spaghetti ball is packed to the brim with neurotoxin, more specifically, tetrodotoxin. You know, the same shit that turns cooking a puff fish into a quick time event? Yeah, these little guys are packing it too. However, because it is Australian, the blue-ringed octopus is on violence timing and is the only animal in the world to use this as
Don't
an
people eat
offensive
it? No, are you
measure
thinking about
by way of a
pufferfish?
venomous bite. But what does the venom actually do? Well, imagine you're wading through the rock
Yeah, but pufferfish, I think you can cut out the part that is poisonous. So then, like, yeah, it's quite... Actually, you can eat it in Japan safely. But yeah. I don't know about this octopus. It looks quite small. It looks like the whole thing is poisonous.
pools with the homies, and you accidentally disturb this little gentleman's residence. The blue ring, taking the American approach to home defense, suctions onto your leg and bites you. Best part, it's completely painless. So if you're distracted by how thick your mate's looking in those Speedos,
Oh my gosh.
you aren't going to feel shit. That is, until your face starts tingling like TV static. It's warm out here under
So
the
many
sun.
romantic walks on the beach with your homie. It's like an ongoing joke.
But you weren't sweating like this 5 minutes ago, and now you got a headache. You start to feel
Oh, no.
sick,
Uh-huh.
weak. You go to call out, but your voice comes out slurred like you just knocked back a bottle of vodka.
2 shots of vodka.
And then suddenly, your legs come out from under you, and you hit the beach.
Oh,
Fun fact about tetrodotoxin. It's a paralytic.
not that kind of hitting the beach.
Freezes
Literally
up your
hit the
muscles
beach
one by one,
with your
starting
head.
your arms and legs, which is why you're kissing the sand.
Okay.
You know what else is a muscle? Your diaphragm, the muscle that controls
Wow.
your breathing. And yeah, turns those bad boys off too. And so, your chest stops rising and falling, and you suffocate to death right there
Oh,
on
dear.
the beach.
Chat, don't kiss the sand. You should kiss your homies, melt the sand, okay? Oh my gosh.
now, you may be wondering, how come no one called an ambulance? That's easy. They didn't have time to. You went up to meet your ancestors in under 20
minutes, okay.
God
Dang.
ordered your ass with same-day shipping, and this little fucker delivered. Employee of the month.
Dang. Octopus Prime.
This shrimp can
Shrimp!
cause...
What? It's a shrimp? What?
Explosions.
My main goal is to blow up.
Why is it like that?
The mantis shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea. Because this fluorescent armored
Fluorescent
sausage
shrimp?
is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear. See, the mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey with easily the most advanced set of eyes on the planet.
They can break bones? Oh my gosh. Mantis shrimp with pistol sounding snaps! Yabai. Dancing Charmander, thank you for the Akasba. Malice, can Melistocrats also become poisonous? Do you guys think you would like to have... do you want to undergo that kind of evolution? Like maybe in your next mitosis? Maybe in your next mitosis you can undergo evolution to potentially become venomous? What kind of venom would you like? You like to have poisonous fangs or something? Or do you want to have sharp, knife-like toes just like the cassowary? deliver, deadly kicks. Deadly kicks to your opponent. Yeah.
Each of these eye
the knife toes just sharpen your nails. Just grow out your toenails and then like file them to be sharp.
Independently like a periscope.
That's insane.
Giving them a full 360 degrees of vision. However, more importantly, they can see colours we can't.
What?
You see, the mantis shrimp's eyes can...
Wait, speaking of seeing colours that you can't, have you guys seen the thing about how, like, other animals near the tiger thinks that the tiger is green? Like, the tiger actually camouflages with the foliage, like the green around them, for other animals, but then humans can see the orange. Yeah, that's why the tiger is, like, such a bright color to us. Like, it's like, that's not camouflage at all. But then, like, other animals actually see the tiger as similar color as everything around them. Yeah, a lot of other animals are kind of colorblind. So then the tiger is actually quite hidden. Yeah. That's something I saw online. See, another random knowledge.
15
sound like an expert of animals.
photoreceptor cones compared to our 3. Which is a fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled.
Wow. I wish I had vision that good. I was actually trying to find like contacts with my prescription the other day, but I have a really weird prescription in that I'm barely nearsighted at all. I'm like -1 nearsightedness, so I'm like almost not nearsighted at all, but I have like the worst possible prescription you can select when you get glasses and contacts online. So then this pause timing. So that I was actually like what was I doing? I think I was asking like GPT about like whether this pair of contacts for this prescription works, and then ChatGPT actually second guessed my prescription, like, are you sure this is your real prescription? And I was like, shut up, it's my real prescription. AI called me weird because I have such terrible astigmatism but really light nearsightedness. The AI was like, are you sure this is right? Are you sure your prescription is not more like this? And I'm like, no! You're wrong. It's actually just as it's like -1 nearsightedness and like -2.25 2.5 astigmatism. Okay, that's just how it is. It's opposite of what you would expect.
At 500 render distance.
Yeah. No, I just have really bad astigmatism.
Clarity unmatched. They can also see
Cylinder
into
180.
the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums.
Oh dang.
And despite
okay, that's
this,
like it's like a rave all the time. Okay.
Asked. What they can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms,
I wish I had good eyesight.
And, most importantly, Mr. Crabs. Now, crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this
crabs are yummy though.
Gentleman break into the shell?
Oh dear.
Simple. He throws hands. That's right, weighing in at only 90 grams and 38 centimeters in length, the mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force. That is 176 newtons per gram. So if a human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite.
What?
Now, to produce that force, its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour, which is so fast
they can
it
break
creates
aquariums.
a vacuum
What?
in the water called a cavitation bubble.
You need bulletproof glass for this thing. What? Yeah. That's crazy. Have I deactivated Twitch latest AI thing? Yeah, I did, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Which then
Falcon
immediately
punch.
collapses.
At such a speed,
It creates a miniature explosion that flashbangs the target
Whoa.
and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun.
What? How do they do that? That's insane.
Mr. Krabs is getting f***ing disintegrated.
Money.
What? That's insane.
Most snails aren't scary, except for this one. This one's Australian.
Oh my gosh.
Introducing the cone snail, an aquatic mollusk native to the land down under.
Snails.
And as seems to be the requirement when sharing your postcode with a
Fireball.
kangaroo,
What?
you guessed it. It can quite easily cause your neck snap to be in a coffin.
Oh my
And
gosh.
the way it can achieve it is this bad boy right here. You see, despite most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a salt shaker, the cone snail is a highly effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how the fuck does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle
Oh no, they're
hunt
gonna show me
anything?
nightmares.
Well, that's simple. It has a grappling hook. That's right, Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog mate. And he hunts by slowly but surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within range, and then bang! The cone snail does a quarter circle input, spitting out a toothed harpoon at 90 kilometers an hour. This harpoon then nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion.
Wow. I mean, okay, to be fair, this is kind of like what Dave the Diver does with his harpoon in the ocean. Humans are doing this too.
Case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's venomous.
Oh my
That
gosh, yes, of
harpoon
course.
also injects its prey
Also known as
with a
spearfishing,
highly
exactly.
potent neurotoxin.
Just doing
that
some fishing
instantly
with a bit of poison on the
paralyzes.
end of the
This means
hook,
it
yeah?
cannot put up a fight, as it is sucked into the snail's ginormous maw like
The
a
useful way to
nightmarish
hunt, yeah.
version of Kirby.
Exactly. I think this snail just knows hunt game.
And, just in case you thought for once you might be safe, cone snail venom is
Someone on
potent
Animal
enough
TikTok is
to
making shorts
kill
about humans.
700 people with
That's
one
crazy.
sting.
The orcas
Oh, yeah,
probably
and,
are.
there's
They're
no
smart enough for it.
Because it's not enough that it can kill me. No,
The
no, I
orcas
have
and the
to
dolphins.
die knowing there is zero counterplay. Who balanced this
Oh my gosh. Mollusk play?
If you see this thing T-pose,
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
Introducing the
Is that an
anteater, a
anteater?
goofy little creature native
Wait, oh my gosh, I didn't know that anteaters were evil.
Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats ants.
Okay.
Weighing in
Sure.
at 40 kilos and 1.8
Yeah, I didn't know they were dangerous.
meters in length, he needs to consume upwards of
But they're not, at least they're not human eaters, so...
40,000 ants per day. Now, in order
40,000 ants!
to help him hit his bulking goals, the anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer.
Wow.
A 60 centimeter long tongue.
What?
Designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bug's life and can
They're really serious about eating ants
into
here.
a high-calorie meal. However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground,
Dang.
and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he do it? Oh, that's simple. With the combat knives he has for claws.
Oh my gosh.
Anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete. Now, these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you.
Oh my gosh.
When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose.
Whoa.
This is your sign, if you
Defensive
are smart,
T-pose.
to turn around and fuck all the way off. If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego, the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail you in a thigh, slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors. Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose?
Wow. But at least usually they eat entire ant colonies. They just casually eat entire ant oh my gosh. But usually at least it's not
Australia's
oh there we go, it's the huntsman.
Spider is hiding a deep secret.
There we go.
But what is it? Well, introducing the huntsman.
It's so big though!
Land down under, and the number 1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera. And look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle. Now, as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the huntsman spider grows up to 30 centimeters in size, making it the largest spider on the planet by leg span, and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long.
No way.
Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know, tank build. Unfortunately, the huntsman is f***ing turbocharged.
Oh my
now,
gosh!
It's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous.
Okay, of
because
course.
It's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The huntsman is a big sweetheart.
Oh,
you see,
wow.
Despite looking like an SCP, huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise, because if you see a huntsman in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes, because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control.
I see, so it's Spider-Man, so good! It's so big, and it's hairy.
I personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you,
Oh,
they're
wow.
pretty good company. Except for the part where they cause car crashes.
What?
Yeah, you see, huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap.
What?
Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor because God is trying to flashbang you, yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap. Now, whatever you do, don't panic or you're going to crash the...
No way!
Australia.
No way! Oh wow, you were immediately jumped to the next video. Hold on, which video is this? Oh, this is the accent? Oh, no. This is a stereotypes video. Okay. I have the accent video after this, too. Alright, how long is this? Oh, it's 19 minutes of stereotypes. All 16 Australian states and territory stereotypes explained. Yeah, let's see how good this is. I don't know. Maybe I'll learn the geography. Oh my gosh, I'm still recovering from the huntsman. Hold on. Oh, that was a good video. Yeah, that was. Dang. Okay. Oh gosh. Man, but that one picture of the huntsman on the wall, that was, shocking. Okay. Yeah, definitely jump scares you. All right, let's see how good this is.
Spiders, snakes, crocs, jellyfishes, sharks, and a lot of other deadly things.
Jellyfishes, close video. Wrong grammar. It's jellyfish. Thank you, Corsair Zero for the 100 bits. Aussie, oi, yeah. That's right.
If you think that they're just a bunch of people who dress and sound like Crocodile Dundee or Steve Irwin, swear and drink a lot, live in the middle of a scrubland, and have a pet kangaroo or koala bear, well, you're not wrong for the most part. But there's a lot more to this vast and beautiful country. Australia is made up of 6 states, 2 major mainland territories, and 7 external territories. So let's just get into the stereotypes already.
Okay, New South Wales.
New South Wales. You may ask yourself,
We fly high, thank you for 9 months membership. The Australian vernacular is an experiment in turning alcoholism into a functioning dialect. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Why is it named like that? Was this state originally settled by Welsh people? And are they a stereotype as sheep lovers? Nope. They're named New South Wales because when Captain Cook arrived there, he thought the coastline, especially around the Botany Bay, looked similar to the south coast of Wales. It's the oldest, most populated state in Australia. It's rich and a political powerhouse. Also, they gave the world this legend. They're stereotyped as 1. Rich and snobby yuppies, 2. Elitist drunks, and 3. Corrupt politicians.
Okay.
These people don't like
These
Victoria,
are the stereotypes
Melbourne,
of the different
and
states.
Think the best thing
Very
about
few people live in the
Victoria
blue
is the road to
states. Oh
Sydney.
wow.
They also have a rivalry with Queensland. But
It's the
unite
land
with
of
them to hate on
land of the
Victoria.
animals.
And when they're not
the
fighting
wildlife.
with any of them, they just make fun of Tasmania. New South Wales people love 6 things. 1. Going to the beach. 2. Rugby, or as they say, footy. 3. Saying but at the end of their sentences, which means something like Canadian A. 4. Gambling. 5. Southerlies.
Man, I really don't like when people say blah 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 blah, but and then don't finish the sentence and like just end it at the but. Oh man, I have coworkers who do this, and every time I think about
Which
it.
a strong, cool wind that blows from the south. And 6.
Damn.
Yeah, I understand, but
And hot.
They're also called cockroaches by other Australians.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
why though. Maybe because they're hard to kill or scatter when you turn the light on? Joking aside though, that's what Queenslanders call the rugby players and teams. People usually think about Sydney and beaches when you say New South Wales, but most of the state looks like this. Also, it has all kinds of landscapes you could find in the country. Snowy mountains, deserts, green areas, you name it.
Oh,
and
very
this
pretty,
is how different
but
regions
deadly
of the
too.
state are like.
Byron Bay, North Coast. Wow, this is very beachy. Central Coast. Oh wow.
The capital city, Sydney. The people are said to have a superiority complex and think they are the peak of Australian existence. But I find them friendly and humorous with a sprinkle of pride because they live in a big city, and that usually happens to the people that live in big, expensive cities. Here are their stereotypes: being arrogant, flashy, money-obsessed people who think that everyone's envying them. The prices are insane in Sydney, so the people just keep talking about real estate and always complain about their long commutes and bad salaries. You could also sense something like tribalism in the air. What I mean is, some people in Sydney have a superiority complex over suburbs that are like 10 minutes away from them. So one of their hobbies is taking a dump on other parts of Sydney.
But isn't like parts of America like that too? Like everybody in New York is like, ew, New Jersey, right?
Now, about the different parts of Sydney.
Oh wow. If they can't wrestle a croc, are they
City of
really
Newcastle was
Australian?
founded as a
True.
dumping
You
ground
can't
for
do that in the
Britain's most
city, huh?
dangerous convicts. And for
Everywhere
years,
has that,
it filled
right?
the atmosphere with toxic.
Wait, Japan literally made 2 movies about this. They made 2 movies about the inferiority complex of Saitama. Was it Tondeke Saitama? Where they had like each prefecture to be extremely like act up their stereotypes and then just like made a whole movie about that. Yeah. Yeah. So. Alright, no, I want to actually watch the accent video, chat. Let me go there. Boop. Hold on. Where did the Australian accent come from? Australian English accents. The video. And then some of the videos that you guys sent me. Okay, this one is like the history of the Australian accent, which I thought to be interesting, so.
Support name is...
Let's see. Sure, let's skip the intro. Okay, there.
Than others. Undoubtedly, however, one of the most beloved accents has to be the...
Oh, too slow. Hold on, I'm gonna make it faster! Speak faster! 1.25, okay.
one this video is all about, that being the dialect spoken by those from the land down under, the Australian accent. It really is one of those accents that pretty much everyone knows straight away, and everyone has attempted to do it themselves with varying degrees of success.
Okay.
What I find most interesting about this accent is that it's not entirely native to the land. The modern nation of
They're gonna
Australia
TikTok
is
time the
primarily
videos,
made up
exactly.
of descendants from settlers from other parts of the world, much like other nations like the USA or Brazil. This is different to many other nations, which have inhabitants that have lived there for many years and have accents that are native to the land, like French and Irish in example. So where exactly did the Australian accent come from? To start with, the official language of the nation should give you a pretty clear idea as to where this story begins. While Aussies speak English, Australian English has very much become its own unique thing. Not only do they speak English, but the Union Jack is part of their flag too. If you haven't guessed by now, Australia and the United Kingdom are very much interlinked nations. Australia was in fact a colony of the British Empire from 1788 until 1901. This explains to us not only why they speak English, but also shows us how exactly that famous accent started to take shape. As mentioned, the British colonization of Australia started in 1788. It was in this year that the famous First Fleet arrived in the continent. This fleet of 11 ships left Portsmouth in the southeast of England on the 13th of May, 1787, carrying over 1,400 inhabitants to their new home.
Wow.
At this time, Australia
At least it's not 1676.
had no European settlements, so making the land habitable was quite the challenge for the people on these
Narrowly
ships.
missed the 6-7.
A huge variety of people. There were high-ranking government and military officials who'd be running the operation once they landed in Australia, but these officials
and they were
their
prisoners
families with them too.
Right.
On top of this, you had the ship's crew members, but also people who'd fill important roles once they arrived in the land, like builders, cooks, and various other workers. Though most famously, of course, are the convicts on these boats too.
No Kunana throughout history.
800 convicts aboard the 11 ships of the First Fleet.
5
they were being sent
ships
to Australia
of convicts.
simply due to the growing amount of prisoners in Britain. This is something we covered in much more detail in our video about Tasmania's strange name, so go check that out. To summarize, the British Empire used Australia as a plaster for their prisoner problem, rather than fixing the problem outright. Australia wasn't just a dumping ground for Britain's convicts, as various stereotypes.
I mean, historically,
regardless as to why
countries just
Australia,
tried very experimental things to solve their
government
problems.
officials and their fancy families, to other various workers who were enlisted to create this new colony. All these people would have come from different parts of Great Britain and would have come from different social economic backgrounds too. This meant that not only did this huge variety of people arrive in Australia, but their huge variety of accents arrived in the land too. Great Britain is home to many accents and dialects, despite its relatively small size.
That's right.
One source pointed out that there were up to 300 different accents on this island. These changes in voice can be seen on a large scale when comparing someone from the north of England to someone from the south. However, there are even slight differences in the way people speak in counties right next to each other. Even people from different boroughs of London can speak differently.
Did they
It's
say
an island
like
full of a staggering amount of
like
accents,
200
and
feet
an
up,
awful lot
and
of these
then people
accents
speak
made their way
differently.
over to Australia with the First Fleet. In the 18th century, people didn't travel as much as they do now, especially people from lower economic backgrounds. This meant that many of these people may have never heard some of these other British accents before, let alone understand them. Communicating with one another became quite a challenge, and when you are literally on the opposite side of the earth trying to create a new community from scratch in the blazing Australian heat, you kind of need to be able to communicate with one another efficiently. From the fact that Australia is still around to this day, we can gather that these various people did manage to communicate with one another, despite the disparities in their dialect. How did they do this, however? Well, something happened to the way in which these various British people spoke their language. This something is known as dialect levelling. Dialect levelling is something that happens in the world of language and linguistics, in which various distinct variations of a language strip away the things that make them distinct for ease of understanding. Words present in one dialect but not in another would be removed, and other words that pronounce differently in different accents would be leveled out and be said in a way that fits all the different dialects and accents. Removing all these quirks and traits in a language and getting to the bare bones of it really help people who speak the same language but in vastly different accents and accent dialects communicate with one another, and this is exactly what happened in Australia and set the wheels in motion for the birth of the Aussie accent. This birth didn't happen overnight, however. It was after 50 years from that initial European settlement of Australia that the accent that we all know and love started to appear. Those initial settlers still alive after 50 years would have undoubtedly changed the way they spoke, but the real change of the accent would have come with descendants, the kids and grandkids of the initial settlers who would have spent their entire life in the accent melting pot that Australia had become. These children would have really sounded how Australians sound today. Of course, it was a huge mixture of accents.
Creating a dictionary made everyone use similar spelling, right?
Though some dialects and accents are seen as being a bit more pivotal and had a larger
crazy that
influence
the
on the
American
sound of the
spelling
speech
was
today. It seems that
created
the
because
English
one guy
accent is seen as one of the key players in the Aussie accent.
was
This
like,
makes
I'm
an
gonna
awful lot of
change it.
sense. The first fleet left from Portsmouth, which is in the southeast of England, and the southeast is one of the most popular parts of the country. The southeast houses London, so many important figures and convicts on these boats would have arrived from the capital. More specifically in London, we have the Cockney accent too. Cockney is seen very much as the precursor of the Australian accent. There are definitely
The
similarities
joke that
between
Australian
the two,
accent is a
Likewise,
Cockney that was
Scottish
left
is
too
seen as
long in
having
the
a large influence
sunlight.
on the Australian accent too. However, there's one huge omission I haven't mentioned in this video yet, and that's the native accents of the Australian Aboriginals. I've read conflicting things as to whether their accent affected the Australian accent. Some say it had a direct impact on the way Aussies speak, while other sources point out that it's the other way around. While Aboriginal names and words are very present across Australia, it seems that accent isn't quite as abundant. Pretty much as soon as the accent emerged, it was instantly beloved. What's even more surprising is that when it first came about, Australian English and their Australian accent was seen by scholars of the time as the purest form of the English language. This purity of the Australian accent goes back to the dialect leveling we mentioned earlier.
Wow,
the
pure
people
Australia.
of Australia had come to speak English without any of the local quirks that plague the various forms of English spoken in the UK. All because this accent and way of speaking was born out of a means to communicate easily and efficiently. Author of The Story of Australian English, Kel Richard, explained it best, saying that Australian English is English with the dialect variations taken out. Unfortunately, this love of the Aussie accent and its position as the purest form of English wouldn't stay around for too long. Across the 18th and 19th century, some huge changes were made to the English language and the way in which it was perceived. The most noticeable change was the introduction of the concept of received pronunciation, known as RP for short. RP is named by many other names: BBC English, the Queen's English, and Oxford English, to name a few examples. It's that definitively British accent spoken by the likes of the Queen and those who present the news on BBC. It was in this period of time that RP was put on a pedestal and declared the definitive way of speaking the language. Not only was it seen as the definitive way of speaking English, but those who spoke with this kind of accent were seen as superior to other English speakers. Those who didn't speak like this in not just the UK but across the empire in general were looked down upon. It's worth noting here that despite being seen as the stereotypical way in which British people speak to this very day, very few British people actually speak in RP on a regular everyday basis. It's pretty much just the royal family and the rest of the upper echelons of British society at this point. Despite this, however, it meant that the once beloved Australian accent had gone from being seen as the purest form of English to being a rather harsh, rough and coarse accent. Sorry, Australia. Soon enough, RP was being taught in classrooms all across the empire, including Australia.
No longer
Not only
pure.
were young Aussies being taught to speak like this, but many posh Aussies started to use RP too, to distance themselves from their traditional Aussie accents, what was seen as unpleasant sounding in the time. Even once the country gained its independence from the UK in 1901, people were still trying to speak with an RP accent and sound less Australian. All this brings us to today. Luckily nowadays there isn't as much stock put into RP, and by and large people aren't shamed or judged for the accents they have, at least they shouldn't be anyway. Luckily for us, RP's boost in popularity in the 19th century didn't wipe out the Aussie accent. Though what's so interesting about this dialect is that in its roughly 200 years of existence, not many variations of the accent have actually emerged. There are a few variations of the Australian accent, and the variations that do exist aren't particularly related to geography, like the accents of the UK or USA in example. The Aussie accent really doesn't change that much depending on where you are from. Most sources claim that there are just 3 different versions of the Aussie accent. Yeah,
this is what I read as well.
And these are more defined by social economic backgrounds as opposed to geographic backgrounds. These 3 are called general, broad, and cultivated. General Australian is by far the most common Aussie accent you hear. It's the way in which the vast majority of the nation speak. Someone like Hugh Jackman is a prime example of this kind of Aussie accent. Broad Australian is the accent spoken by people living in more rural areas, part of the nation that are more isolated and would have been less affected by RP and its influence in the 18th century. A great example of a broad Australian accent is with Steve Irwin. Cultivated Australian is perhaps the least Australian sounding of these 3 variations. It seems this accent is most linked with the high society of Australia.
Cultivated made me think of those Chinese manhwas. The accent of cultivation.
Australia. Those whose ancestors did in fact pick up on RP all those years ago. I read that Kate Blanchett is a prime example of someone with a cultivated Australian accent. In all honesty, I didn't even know she was an Aussie. The history of this accent is an interesting one, that's for sure. From being born out of necessity for easy communication between people from vastly different backgrounds, to being considered the pinnacle of English, to being shunned thanks to RP, to being the beloved accent it is to this day. It's even evolved more so to become its own thing, with unique Australian words and phrases. In fact, you could call this form of English and the accent sweet as bro.
All cultivation about her MC sound like Steve.
Thank you to all my patrons who support Name Explainer.
I see. Alright, hold on. I have the one where we actually learn the accent, I think.
Good day. Today we're going to be looking at some of the...
Good day. Hold on. Yeah, this guy's okay because he just stands there.
phonetic features of Australian English, how they got to be that way, and then comparing them to accents from other parts of the English-speaking world.
Okay.
Now, who am I to be talking about Australian English, you might ask? But don't worry, I've studied under some of the masters of Australian pronunciation.
Masters of Australian pronunciation.
Neighbours, Home and Away, the Sullivans, and none other than Skippy the Bush Kangaroo.
I see.
I think one of the most
very professor of Australian accents.
striking features of Australian English is the vowel in the word price.
Price.
As in, I like Thai rice.
I like Thai rice.
Now, people have described this as being like...
Hold on. Is the video still fast? Okay, we can go slower now. Okay.
O-I. The vowel in boy.
Boy.
But it isn't.
It isn't, okay.
If you compare that to other accents that actually do have an O-I like vowel, you get stuff like Birmingham in the UK. I like Thai rice. The West Country.
Thai rice.
I like Thai rice. Ireland. I like Thai rice.
Oh, wow. That was
good.
And
East Anglia. I like Thai rice. So the Australian diphthong starts at the back of the mouth, the kind of vowel that you'd get in Cockney palm. I. Now, there might be some rounding, but it's definitely not oi.
I.
When we look at accents of English in other parts of the English-speaking world, we're normally talking about big regional differences. That's not the case in Australia for reasons that we'll look at a bit later. Instead, there's more of a class-based distinction between cultivated Australian, general
I want to know
Australian,
about cultivated!
and broad Australian. It's the general kind we'll be looking at today. Another feature that really stands out to me and says, oh yeah, that speaker's Australian, is the last vowel in comma, which is much more open and further forward in the mouth than the equivalent in RP, comma, or indeed general American, comma. Okay. Is that a new hand?
He's good. You guys hearing the distinctions? Comma. Comma.
The old one was
Is that a new hamster?
better. It matched the sofa.
Sofa.
This also happens in the way that many people say the diphthong in near.
Near.
So you get, is there any good beer near here? A
beer
question
near
I get.
Here? Is there any good beer near here? Wait, do that again.
Diphthong in near.
Near.
So you get, is there any good beer near here?
Beer near here?
A question I get asked a lot is, how come there are so many different accents within a very, very small space in England, whereas a country the size of Australia is pretty homogenous? Well, there's several reasons for that. Firstly, people have only been speaking English in Australia since 1787. All of the people who arrived there as colonists came in through a small number of ports, and communication between those ports by ship was quite constant. Meanwhile, they were pretty cut off from the mother country. People also very quickly formed a strong local Australian identity.
Okay.
Of the 1,373 people who landed in Sydney Cove in 1787 as part of the First Fleet, 20 were babies who'd been born on the way.
Wow.
They joined other kids as the first speakers of Australian English.
How long does that
The English they were exposed to
Months
was a
and months?
mixture of working class accents from all over England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland. There were 15 officials and passengers in the First Fleet, and we can imagine that they spoke some precursor to RP. Everybody else was split 50-50 between convicts and their families.
I like the slideshow of Australian pictures at the bottom.
And crew members of the ships.
I like the slideshow. I like the slideshow of the pictures at the bottom.
And
wait, pictures at the bottom. I think they do the DT in Australia. So at the bottom. So I like the slideshow. I like the slideshow of the pictures at the bottom.
And their families. And all of those people would have had regional working class accents. Accent levelling started to take place.
Yeah.
And that's a process where you kind of shave off the rough edges between each other's accents and you end up with what you have in common.
Sure. We've heard that
Predominant
in the previous
accents
video.
among that group of people, the first colonists,
Let's
were
freaking
from
go.
the southeast of
Okay.
England and London, so Cockney.
Okay.
A lot of features
Cockney
come
accents.
through into Australian English today, but it's also a picture of the stage of development that Cockney had reached at that stage in the mid to late 18th
It just
century.
needs subway surfers on the side, yeah.
So the features I mentioned before, the price vowel, so that sentence in Cockney would come out as, I like Thai rice.
I like Thai rice.
And also that feature of the vowel in comma. Is that a new hamster? I like the old one better. It matched with the sofa.
Is that a new hamster? I like the old one better. It matched the sofa.
Non-rhoticism is a feature that was developing in southeastern England at the time. That means not having R's at the end of syllables. So no R sounds after vowels or before consonants. Most parts of North America, which were colonised earlier, still have R's in words like park and star. But some parts of North America, especially ports on the east coast, were in constant contact with England for a lot longer, so they picked up that tendency to stop pronouncing the R's. It was already advanced enough for Australia, New Zealand and other parts of the southern hemisphere to go along with that trend. So Australian English today has words like start and park. It also has the feature of intrusive R, so
Star and park.
you get phenomena such as law and order.
Law and order.
And
Australia is a nice place.
Australia is a nice place.
Wait.
Phenomena such as law and order.
Law and order.
And Australia is a nice place.
Australia is a nice place.
On the other hand, there are features that we very strongly associate with London English that hadn't happened yet when
Law and
people
order.
started living in Australia. These include TH fronting. So in London, I think I thought I heard you cry.
I think I thought I heard you cry.
Whereas in Australia, I think I thought I heard you cry.
Wait, what?
And H dropping.
What's the difference?
Whereas in Australia, I think I thought I heard
I think I thought I heard you.
in Australia. These include TH fronting. So in London, I think I thought I heard you cry.
It says I saw you cry in the subtitles. I'm so confused. I think I thought I heard you cry.
Whereas in Australia, I think I thought I heard you.
I think I thought I. Oh, is it the T and the I being connected? I think I thought I heard you. I heard you cry instead of. I think I thought I heard you cry. I think it's the T and the I linking. Is that the difference?
Cry. And H dropping. 100
H dropping.
hungry hogs hurled hoops
100 hungry hogs hurled.
at the haughty herons. 100 hungry hogs.
Oh, so okay, in Australia you would drop the H. 100 hungry.
Hurled hoops at the
Wait.
hogs hurled hoops at the haughty herons. 100 hungry hogs hurled hoops at the haughty herons.
Oh,
And
doops.
tea
Oh, doops at the
globalisation.
haughty-
Betty Burton
ooh.
bowled better the later she started, as opposed to Betty Burton bowled better the later she started. In that,
Wait, what? Do that again?
hogs hurled hoops at the haughty herons. And tea globalisation. Betty
In London you drop the H.
Burton bowled better the later she started, as opposed to Betty Burton bowled better the later she started.
Oh wow. Oh this is right. This is Australia versus Cockney. That's why he's doing the pause, the glottal stops. Glottal stops. Betty Burton better the later she started, right?
In that last example about Betty Burton batting better, you'll notice that we get T voicing between vowels or flapping between vowels, which we also hear in North American English.
What is a
Another
flapping
huge
between
change that was
vowels?
happening in London at the time was the split between trap and bath. So that R vowel in some words stayed the same, but in others moved further back and got longer. So you got a difference between words like trap and words like bath.
Bath, trap, bath.
Or in Cockney it was trap, bath.
Ah, so in Australian you would do the bath, A, but then bath, yeah?
At the time, this was looked down on by posh people and didn't really become accepted until the 19th century.
Oh, and they dropped the H's.
People took this change with them to Australia, though, even though it was only halfway through.
I see.
So you get some words in Australia that match the Southern English pronunciation.
This is the thing that confuses people, right? Like sometimes it's like you have the A, and then sometimes you have the A.
The long vowel, and others that don't. This also varies across the country. So this is one area in which there is less homogeneity than in other features. South Australia was colonised just that little bit later. So that's why there's more match between those words that have the
like Australians don't enunciate their T's later.
The palm vowel in South Australia and the south of England. So while people in Hobart, Brisbane,
south of England instead of south.
Melbourne and Sydney are dancing the night away. Adelaideans are having a nice dance. Now, short sound is similar to Cockney, but the long is further forward in the mouth and more open than the Cockney R. Australian English displays what's called goose fronting, whereby the vowel in goose is pronounced quite far forward in the mouth, and in Australia is actually a diphthong. Would you say boo to a new blue goose?
Would you say boo to a new blue goose? Or would the goose say boo to you?
Or would the goose say boo to you?
Boo to you. Okay.
This is in contrast to Cockney, which has quite a back pronunciation. Would you say boo to a new...
Would you say boo to a new blue goose?
Blue goose.
Blue goose.
Or would the goose say boo to you?
Goose say boo to you.
You. RP. Would you say boo to a new blue goose?
Would you say boo to a new blue goose? Or would the goose say boo to you?
Or would the goose say boo to you?
Oh, this is actually okay. Wait, the RP ooh is actually very similar to the Mid-Atlantic ooh, because I remember watching some videos on Mid-Atlantic accents, and they do pronunciations like they would do pronunciations like two, like 1, 2, 3. Instead of saying two, you would say two, like that. So boo to new blue goose, like that. Interesting.
We also hear this in Manchester. Would you say boo to a new blue goose?
Boo to a new blue goose.
Or would the goose say boo to you?
Goose say boo to you.
Scotland. Would you say boo to a new blue goose?
Wow. Now he's just flexing.
Or would the goose say boo to you? And
goose say
Northern
boo to
Ireland.
you.
Would you say boo to a new blue goose? Or would the goose say boo to you? Stressed I is often pronounced as schwa in Australian. So we get, especially in grammatical endings like es plurals and eds for past. So buses. Wanted. Needed. We also hear this in the unstressed versions of words like it and is.
It and is.
Is it dead? Other examples are words like it and is.
Is.
Is it dead?
Is it dead?
Other examples are rabbit, Alice, and Martin. Stressed I is much higher in the mouth than the Cockney and RP varieties, so you get fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
And this is in contrast to the New Zealand accent, which is very similar to Australian and often confused with it, but where even the stressed I comes out as schwa, so fish and chips, as opposed to Australian fish and chips.
Fish and chips. Fish and
L's
chips.
are very dark, even pharyngalized, so pronounced with some tension in the throat, across the board in Australian
fish and
English.
chips.
So words like, blink, pull, milk, etc. Sometimes you get the kind of L vocalization that you hear in London with words like pull and milk. But this again tends to be heard more in parts of the country that were colonised later. The goat vowel is an amazing thing in Australian English.
Goat.
And it's undergone some changes recently.
Goat vowel.
In closed syllables, it's O.
Oh.
I wrote about goats on my boat.
I wrote about goats on my boat. This guy keeps smiling so much. Yeah, he sounds like he's having fun explaining.
But in open syllables, it has a diphthong that moves forward in the mouth, ending in something similar to the French "u."
Ew.
So go, don't go. There's an even more...
One more time. Don't go.
So go, don't go.
Don't go.
There's an even more recent phenomenon among young people that started apparently in South Australia, whereby that open O ends in a bunched R. There's an excellent video by Dr. Jeff Lindsay that I'll link to in the comments. Oh, and by the way, a quick note for my fellow Americans.
He's American?
The familiar term for an Australian is an Aussie, not an Aussie. Using a nickname implies a certain degree of familiarity. So if you then get it wrong, it really blows that out of the water.
What do you mean, fellow American?
Imagine if you were trying to pass yourself off as a big Rolling Stones fan, but kept calling Mick Jagger Mike Jagger.
Mick Jagger, Mike Jagger. Oh, I see. Aussie.
What's that, Skip? No, I'm not going to tell people to subscribe and click.
Oh, that's good. That was great, actually. Aussie. The ur sounds are like oi sounds, I guess. Are quite Australian, I'd say. All right, I have a short video that somebody linked in my tweet. This is the parachute jumper gets attacked by a little kangaroo when landing. Looks cute. Oh. Wow!
What's up, Skip? Hey, fuck off!
Oh my gosh!
Go away!
Go away!
Fucking kangaroos.
The classic. The classic. Wow. Alright, yeah, that's the kangaroos. Kangaroos? Yeah. Someone sent me a video of a beginner's guide to Australian football. I guess that's the rugby, right? He was invading their space, right? What's so special about Australian footy? Oh, that's why people are like, oh, but footy is Australian. When Irie tried to call soccer footsie, and I was like, do you mean footy? And then that was Australian. Not the NIL, the AFL. I don't know. I was sent the AFL video. Yeah, an AFL video. A beginner's guide to AFL. Let's see. It's a 5-minute video. It should be quick.
It's unlike any other game
Unlike
in the world.
any other game in the world. Wait, say that again.
Any other game in the world.
Game in the world.
Buddy Franklin under the scene. Franklin, this is Buddy Franklin.
The one where the kangaroo is holding a dog? No.
AFL or footy, Australian football is chock-a-block full of non-stop action, athleticism, hard hits, and heart-stopping moments.
Heart-stopping moments. Whoa!
This is Australia's game.
Not even kidding. The Professional Men's League, the AFL, is the most attended domestic sports league in the world per capita. It's made up of 18 teams across the country.
Okay.
The AFLW is the women's competition, formed in 2017 and growing rapidly ever since.
Righto, let's talk some basics. On game day, 2 teams play each other on a field shaped like an oval. A starting lineup consists of defenders, midfielders, and forwards.
You gotta be fit to play this sport. Players can move anywhere on the ground and perform any role during the game.
How are there so many teams?
Games are split into 4 quarters, with time added for stoppages in play.
Okay.
And the game starts with players from both teams fighting
I'm
for
not
possession
that
of
great
the
at ball
ball.
sports, to be honest.
Grundy out the back was able to get it to Pendlebury.
The aim is to move the ball down the field and score. This is done in one of 3 ways. You can't throw the ball, but you can use your fist to punch the ball out of your hands.
Wow.
That's a handball.
Fist.
You can run with the ball, but don't forget to bounce it every 15 meters.
Bounce it every 15 meters? Meters. He says it like meters. Bounce it every 15 meters.
Oh, he's in a good
That was actually not so bad, right?
Here's the moment. Penny with a second bounce.
And finally,
every 15
you can kick
meters.
the ball. No. Yeah, that's better.
Trelaw.
Whoa.
Kicks it beautifully. Look at that ball.
Players try to catch the ball.
How do you know
after
it's
been
15
kicked at least
meters?
15
I guess you
meters.
just have to learn.
This is called a mark.
Mark.
Fun fact, you can use your opponent as a stepladder and take what's
Opponent
called
as a step ladder?
Becky. Wait, that's legal?
Specky. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
After a
Okay, you can commit so much violence in this game. Use the person you hate the most as your step ladder.
mark, you can choose to play on. Or you can stop and take an unobstructed kick.
Double jumping allowed,
The
yeah.
idea is to kick the ball between the 2 large upright posts.
There's the target.
That's a goal. That's 6 points.
Dang.
By the way, you can also kick goals like this, this, or even this. No way!
Still with Martin.
No way.
Hit the post, or put it between the big
Wah.
posts and the outer lower post. How did he miss that?
Dang.
That's worth 1 point. We call that a behind.
Okay.
After a goal is scored, the ball goes back to the centre square and the action starts again.
Ow! Okay. Dang.
So, how do you get the ball back from your opponents? You can spoil...
Opponents. Wow, that was particularly strong. How do you get the ball back from your opponents?
Bump, smother, and tackle. Is it true they don't wear pads?
Whoa, no pads. Wow.
Once tackled, your opponent must
Raw
correctly
tackling.
dispose of the ball.
Whoa,
yeah, nah,
ow.
not like that. If they don't and have had prior opportunity
Whoa.
to do so,
On the footy.
this is called holding the ball, and you get a free kick. When the final siren sounds, the team with the most points
The tame with the most points.
wins. Come on!
The tame.
A final scoreline can look confusing, but it's actually pretty simple. Start with the goals, these are worth 6, remember? Add your behinds, and that's your total score.
Did this just say 6-7?
Before we go, let's take a quick look at how the professional seasons work.
In the women's competition, the top teams play off in a knockout final series, culminating in a grand final played at the highest ranking team's home ground.
In the men's league, teams fight it out for 22 home and away games. And after
They
that,
combine
the
football and
top 8 teams
Quidditch.
make the finals. One by
It does
one,
look
teams
more
get
like
knocked out
fast-paced
until 2 remain,
than
ready
American
to face
football.
off in the grand final. It's the decider for
I think American football has too many commercials in between.
the biggest prize in footy, the Premiership
Footy.
Cup. Played at the MCG in
Whoa.
front of, hold up, this can't be right,
Dang.
100,000
Knocked the air out of him.
fans. You beauty.
What a game of footy.
And that's pretty much it. Your quick guide to Aussie rules
Dang.
football. So, this is us.
Wow, I learnt today. That was actually pretty educational. Pretty good. I didn't know that you have to bounce the ball once every 15 meters. That's crazy. That's such an interesting rule. Wow. なるほどね. All right. Let's see. I want to watch When Australia Had a Sea. It's a long one, but I'm interested in the ocean. More interested in that than the prehistoric Australia video. Footy watch along when? I don't know. I don't know any like teams or whatever. American commercials are the reason why you have billionaire stadium owners and millionaire football players. That makes sense. Yeah. American football teams look out for Australian football players to recruit. I see. For punters/kickers. Oh. Check out the More Pass short on the vampire spider. It's a fun and cute Fun vid on a cute spider. Vampire spider? Let me see. Hold on. Let me just actually open up the when Australia had the sea video.
Australia.
Okay, hold on. Okay, and then wait. Cassowary videos?
Fire a bird from prehistoric park. I don't
Cassowary videos? Wait.
know what will.
Whoa! Cleo Sapphire, hello! Welcome! Hello, Raiders! My name is Malice Evermore, and today I am learning about Australia. I was trying to learn the accent just now, but I'm not sure. I think I have to, like, think about each word a lot. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about each word and how to say it. Yeah, a lot. The Aussie Queen herself has raided, that's right. The perfect raid. Hagstorians would be like Hagstorians. I think with the Aussie Hagstorians. Hagstorians. Australia. Yeah. Aussies here. Yes, the Aussies are here. Yeah, I learned today. How's the impression so far? Very upside down. Very venomous. Dangerous birds. Venomous chocobos.
Can you believe it? It's like a scene right out of a Jurassic Park sequel.
Okay.
But hey, this is no movie. It's a real-life encounter that took our breath away.
Oh dear.
And speaking of terror birds,
Literally takes your breath away.
It's hard not to draw parallels with those ancient giants.
Wow. Is that an emo? No, this is a cassowary. Angry bird.
Now I can't help but wonder if they'll have something.
Silaspire, thank you for the super. Make sure you tell Cleo to learn about... I learned about the wasp that eats living spiders from the inside and the giant bird that drop kicks you into holes. Yeah, I learned about all that. I watched the Moorpaws compilation earlier. I learned about a bunch of super scary animals. Yeah.
Something like this on the tour.
The sounds, yeah, I heard the sounds be like, the birds, yeah.
And,
like that.
Let's be honest, a tad nerve-wracking. But that's
the
the beauty of exploring the wild, isn't it? These people are all enjoying the serenity of Cape Tribulation. And suddenly, things go from 0 to 100. The quick thinker here, sensing some craziness, grabs his camera and gets ready to capture whatever's about to go down.
Oh no, he should be going away. Shouldn't be doing all that. No, he's getting them. That's definitely too close. That's too close.
Out of the blue, this curious creature.
Hekamumu, thank you so much for the super. Aussie. Also, hello from Cleo's stream. Us Aussies did our census a couple of days ago. I wonder what Cleo put on her census form. Streamer? Interesting. Yeah. So. なるほどね。Yeah. Have you heard about the running joke of Australia not being a real place? Yeah. I know. Oh man, I know. Yeah, this is crazy. What's wrong with this guy?
Decides to join the beach party.
Yeah.
Enter the cassowary, the real star of this impromptu show.
Oh no.
This giant bird, curious, decides to strut onto the beach scene. The cassowary seems just as interested in the group as they are in it, giving them a front row seat to the untamed beauty of the rainforest meeting the beach.
Dang.
And just to ease any worries, everyone comes out of it without a scratch.
Oh,
no
okay.
harm, no foul.
Oh, okay. We're not going to see. I was really excited to see that drop kick, you guys.
These guys did not know that.
Dang it. They okay. Oh man, I was waiting for that kick. Where is it? No foul. Dang it. No way.
Their journey is about to take
we got baited.
Unexpected turn.
Different video.
A turn that will lead them face to face with the notorious killer bird of the region. They spot a magnificent male cassowary accompanied by its young chick. Now, these birds are no ordinary feathered friends. They are renowned for their fearsome reputation as one of the
videos
world's
of birds
most
standing
dangerous
around.
birds.
Right? It says this video is supposed to be graphic, so there should be a graphic part. I don't know. Maybe it's the bird killing. It's bird on bird
Things
violence.
get really strange when the cassowary and its chick just hang around.
Oh,
There's
that's
this
the baby
weird,
cassowary?
suspenseful
What?
vibe. Like, are they sizing up the crew? Are they planning some bird conspiracy? It's wild how nature can be both fascinating and a bit freaky. So, picture this. Our unsuspecting friend is just minding his own business, snapping a selfie, when out of nowhere, a giant bird appears.
Okay.
And no, it's not just any bird. It's a cassowary, a true relic from the dinosaur
Why did the
era.
cassowary not cross the road? It was staring very menacingly.
The bird's expression is calmly inquisitive. It's not aggressive or scared. It's just genuinely curious. As
I think
the
that
guy
other
holds up his
dinosaur bird is
smartphone,
crazy
the bird's
looking.
attention is clearly on something.
You know?
It seems like the cassowary is
The
trying
one with
to
the
figure
huge
out
dinosaur
what this
beaks.
strange object the human is holding.
Oh my gosh.
Now, what's remarkable here is the bird's reaction. It quickly
Yeah, the
realizes
shoe bill.
that
Yeah,
the
exactly.
smartphone is not food or a threat. In fact, it displays dignified behavior, much
Oh.
like other intelligent, non-aggressive species such as
Dignified
elephants and
behavior.
giraffes. It holds its ground, showing a level of understanding and composure. This lady is
I
chilling
thought they were
on the
supposed to be
beach,
scary.
enjoying the sea breeze and snapping some pictures with her phone. Sounds like a perfect day, right? Well,
Where's
she
the,
thought so
the
too.
scary
until
video?
An unexpected visitor decided to join the beach cassowary. It's not.
Hold on. I'm looking for some violence.
Isn't in much danger. Cassowaries are no joke. They are not your average bird. They're equipped with sharp claws that can
Probably
be
saw his
deadly.
reflection,
and
right.
guess what? This particular cassowary decided to bring the fight to a crocodile farm.
Whoa, there's the kick. There it is.
Now his weapon is his inside toe there. You can see he's feeding.
Check out this footage. The cassowary's weapon of choice, its inside toe.
Sure.
It can jump up to a meter and go straight for the throat, stomach, or groin. It's a strategic attack,
Meter.
and this bird is not one to be messed with.
It's a T-Rex.
Nice big long claw, and that's what he uses as his weapon. He can jump up to a meter in the air, and he'll go for your throat, your stomach, or your groin.
When it runs, it tucks its head down, using it as a protective shield. Scientists believe it is a form of defense or communication with other cassowaries. Finally, you come face to beak with a curious wild cassowary.
Whoa!
Can you believe it? A goddamn dinosaur is
Oh,
running
the
at you
guy's
from
filming. Camera out with a stick.
moment. I don't know about you, but I'd probably
Oh.
be majestic bird approaches.
Okay,
the
there's been no
creatures
violence
in their
yet, chat.
You can't get out, just...
fusion. Should they offer more food?
Oh, there's a baby one too.
Out you go.
And the family breathes a sea bay when out.
Okay, no violence yet, chat.
Moment of sheer disbelief and excitement. And what's this on a piece of cake?
Yeah, move ya.
Area. A group of tourists, carefree and
Madeline.
giggling, appears on the scene. Oh, how dangerous! To
Looking for
distance
it.
Themselves. Imagine driving in the rain and so van, car and misery atmosphere. Situation couldn't get it. It's to walk through stability and the atmosphere in the heart of Cape
all
Tribulation
that
by
music for no
and
violence.
what's anticipated? Vibrant plumage and
All
striking
right, I guess that's it. I guess that's it. Not enough violence. Clickbaited. Yeah, clickbaited. Oh no, this video always makes me laugh.
Easily one of the
I
most
didn't
beautiful
play it. Oh my
countries on the
gosh.
entire planet. You've got white sand
Video of the
beaches,
kid being attacked
meandering
by the
rivers,
bird always
sprawling savannas,
makes
and
me laugh
tropical
so
forests,
much. No way.
making it a true nature paradise. And yet, there is one
Oh.
teeny tiny problem, which is that all of these beautiful places are inhabited by about the most messed up animals nature currently has in its arsenal, ranging from venomous everythings
Oh my
to
gosh.
giant predatory reptiles and fish that could remove a limb or two with ease. And while not exactly apocalyptic, Australia does have more animal deaths than even the USA, despite having 13 times less people and having a significantly higher level of healthcare for the average person. Therefore, if you ever take a vacation down under, just be a little mindful of where you step or swim. But, regardless of how it is now, you can take solace in the fact that Australia is actually much more safe today than it was in the past. As through time, it seems to have followed the rule where the farther you go back, the more messed up everything becomes.
Oh my gosh.
And I do mean everything. For example, just 50,000 years ago, the Australians were already dealing with the largest land lizard ever, giant snakes, marsupial predators, and terrestrial crocs that could sprint across land. However, despite everything Australia has thrown at the world during the Cenozoic, none of it compares to what it was like during the Mesozoic. As it was then that Australia was the perfect breeding ground for nightmarish animals. And united terrestrial,
there are more camels in Australia than anywhere else. Hold on, I didn't know that.
Into just one single place.
There are camels in Australia
the
too?
Sea.
What?
While the continent today is surrounded by water, it is for the most part still with only 4 surrounded by single place. Terrestrial, avian, and aquatic apex predators into just one single place. The Eromanga Sea. While the continent today is surrounded by water, it is for the most part still a very dry piece of land, with only 4% of its surface being covered by water. Yet during the late Cretaceous, it was the opposite story. Times, over 50% of the landmass was submerged by the Eromanga Sea, a vast ancient inland sea that had profound impacts on Australia and its wildlife. Scientists believe that it was created during the early days of the Cretaceous, when warmer temperatures caused a rise in global sea levels, resulting in the ocean flooding Australia from the north and reaching all the way to Eromanga, Queensland, which happens to be the furthest town from any coast, and the inspiration behind its name. Even for an inland sea, the Eromanga was extremely shallow, being just a few tens of meters or feet deep in some areas. But what it lacked in depth, it made up for in width, as it was over 2,000 kilometers, or 1,200 miles at its widest. And all in all, it was about the same size as the Sea of Japan, but looked nothing like it.
Same size as the Sea of
its waters
Japan.
were unusually muddy, stagnant, and for the Cretaceous, cold, with the most southern points possibly seeing near-freezing temperatures during the winter, a result of Australia having a lower latitude.
Dang, look at these monsters!
And yet, this strange stagnant soup proved to be just what was needed for an explosion of horrific animals, as it created organic and iron-rich sediments, plus a variety of coastal habitats, attracting all sorts of life.
The sea was named after the town. Really, there's a town called Eromanga
on the entire planet.
I see.
Now, throughout
Sorry, I have to say Eromanga because otherwise it's not Japanese, guys.
But some points were definitely worse than others, and it reached peak nopeness during the Albian stage, which took place between 113 and 100 million years ago. Given that it was the Cretaceous, you might be thinking that if you fell into these murky waters, you'd be met with a titanic mosasaur. Or perhaps 2.
The name of the town Eromanga goes back as far as 1860. The name is thought to have come from Aboriginal word meaning hot gale plain or windy plain, although the language and dialect is unknown.
Mosasaurs a good run for their money, and were arguably scarier. The pliosaurs. While mainly being known as the kings of the Jurassic, the early Cretaceous did have a few still roaming around, and Eromanga in particular
Less than 100
was a
people live there,
with multiple kinds being present. Based on pure looks alone,
not enough power
they
level
did have a bit of
to
an
be
edge
there.
on mosasaurs, sporting giant wide skulls lined with razor-sharp teeth and robust but streamlined bodies equipped with 4 large flippers that helped them maneuver the shallow seas with eerie grace and speed.
Wow.
And among the bunch that called these prehistoric waters home, the most abundant, who also happened to be by far the biggest and baddest, was the Kronosaurus.
Evil dolphins,
It was one of the biggest pliosaurs
Dang! Oh my gosh, if dolphins were not friend-shaped.
With adults reaching 11 meters, or
but
36
even
feet
modern
long,
dolphins
and
are kind of
weighing over
evil,
15
so
tons
I've read about, I've like watched videos about evil dolphin
the later
deeds,
giant
so
mosasaurs.
Crazy.
And this might not have been
Maybe
its
they
final
deserve
form,
to be
as
eaten
2
by the
titanic
orcas.
specimens suggest a theoretical size of up to 13 meters or 43 feet, akin to the length of certain gray whales. So naturally,
Very evil.
everything on this apex
Friend-shaped, but
predator's
pure
body
evil,
matched
yeah.
its stature, with its flippers
Most
all being
messed up
longer
animals
than the
on the
average
planet,
Indian
right?
critter is tall, and its skull reaching sizes greater than
Yeah,
anything
this is
seen
the
in
dolphin
dinosaurs,
ancestor, no
minus
wonder.
ceratopsids. with one specimen having a head a third longer than any known T-Rex skull. Each of these massive domes came with 6 pairs of pointed conical teeth that could be both recurved and lined with grooves,
orca is closest to the
allowing for
dolphin,
seamless
is it?
deep punctures
I
as
guess
they bit
so.
into prey. And
Orcas
because
and
each
dolphins
tooth had a
have
very
been
wide
recorded
base,
attacking people in the wild. This is because they're very good at covering the crimes.
Animals, even more so than other
Maybe that's
pliosaurs,
true, yeah.
as its teeth were unique.
They look like
amongst
children's
its family.
drawings. I mean, they probably
And not
are
to
because they
mention that
don't.
its
I don't think they
bite
have
force
real
was also
like.
insanely
They
powerful,
obviously don't have
with
real
one
photos
test
of these
finding that an adult
these creatures. So these are
could
just
likely deliver
reconstructions
over
based on,
27,000
I guess, like based on
newtons of
fossils and
force per
stuff.
bite, which
Yeah.
is, 18 times the power of a
Dang.
tiger's bite, and more than enough
That's
to
a-
crush
that's a
or
lot
punch
of-
holes
that's a
straight
lot of
through tough
newtons.
flesh, muscles, and bones.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
to the
jeez.
dismay of all that lived in this
Yeah,
sea
surely
or
there are
dared
no
to
real
venture into it,
photos. Yeah.
Chronosaurus
What?
would have
It's
also had a
crazy.
massive
Ah,
appetite.
fish
As
were
studies
so
on its bone growth
scary
found
back
an
in the
extreme
day.
level of
No
metabolism,
way.
which rivaled that of birds. Therefore,
Proto
it's
whales
technically
before they became
possible
friend-shaped.
that each
Oh.
day, a large Chronosaurus needed to devour tons of food
Oh my
just to
gosh!
sustain
Wow.
itself. And its
You know when you watch
metabolism,
like
let's
National
say, in the most
Geographic
southern,
and the
coldest
most like
parts of the
insane
Aromega Sea.
hunt and
Therefore, if you
violence
took
is
a
just
swim
going on in
and
the
felt a little
animal
bit
kingdom.
chilly, you'd
And they're
probably
just
know
showing
it was
on
time to
TV,
leave.
and then David
Its voracious
Attenborough's
appetite is
voice
actually
is like
reflected
narrating
by a
it
wide
all,
range of
all
other
calm,
animals
and
who
it's
found with
like,
either bite
the
marks in
lion
their skeleton
dies
or located directly within the stomach of
after
the
3
Chronosaurus.
hours of torture.
And to date, confirmed victims include giant
Insane.
turtles, plesiosaurs, fish, squid, large marine reptiles that were 60% of its own
Okay.
size, and even dinosaurs.
Wow.
So simply put, the Chronosaurus did not care
A
what
real
you
Aussie
were,
would know the
it
super
just
wog.
cared
What's that?
if you had meat. So Arby's, watch out.
Hee.
But its intense need for flesh ultimately created a lot more problems than it solved. With
Okay.
researchers noting that it had a very high juvenile
Prehistoric
mortality rate,
dudes can
with
only
most
do
specimens
digital
being
storage when it got
immature
wiped by
and showing signs of
asteroids.
cannibalism,
Right.
which thus leads to the conclusion that the Chronosaurus's main obstacle
This animal
might have
was
been
ripped to
itself.
shreds, he said
The most
calmly, but
prominent example
actually,
of this
this
was a
animal
6-meter or 20-foot
was ripped to
teenager, you could
shreds
say, that was
in
found with an eaten
seconds.
head. And I mean that literally, as the rest of its body was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
This kind of behavior has led some to think of the Chronosaurus as a croc-like animal behaviorally that attacked virtually anything that it came across.
Oh, like
So
a
think modern saltwater
proto-crocodile.
crocs, but much,
When
much
it
bigger.
swam more in
But
deeper
how much bigger, you
waters.
ask?
That makes
Well,
sense.
Let's ask. There we go. About 23 times heavier.
Dang.
And now you're probably wondering, what
Yeah,
was
the
that?
sea
Well,
croc.
let's ask that too. There you go again. This is Aria, Opera's built-in AI tool designed to
Opera.
you can in other words, or even there's an emitter, so that it be more in favor when it comes to in size. There were still predators out there willing to challenge its reign, even being known to take a bite out of it occasionally.
Dang.
Talk about the nerve. So, what carnivore would be crazy enough to try this?
Uh-huh.
Well, you only have to look at our own waters today, because
Yeah.
the answer is sharks.
Wow.
Like some areas now, the Aromanga Sea was riddled with sharks.
Wow.
Which was actually an uncommon trend for the time, as
Many
they hadn't
sharks
fully
in
reestablished
Aromanga
their
Sea.
dominance yet. But in the closed, cold waters of this inland sea, they sure
The
had,
Aromanga
and were known
sharks.
to be present in virtually every corner of it. Among the various kinds, the most successful and dominant were the lamniforms,
Okay.
better known as mackerel sharks, who, as you may know, are doing just fine. They are typically characterized by possessing 2 dorsal fins, an anal fin, 5 gill slits, and a mouth that extends
Crocodiles
behind the
do
eye.
swim out to sea, do
And it's
they?
not unusual for these sharks to
Wow.
be quite feisty, leading to their scientific name, which means fish of prey.
What the?
And their aggressiveness is further demonstrated by a Chronosaurus specimen that bore shark-shaped bite marks to its mandible.
Wow.
These particular set of bite marks were not fatal, and the victim in question was on the smaller side, meaning that sharks
Sperm
may have
whales are
preyed
already
upon the
insane
king
in terms
its
of what
youth.
they're capable
And sure
of.
enough,
Eh.
there are multiple young Chronosaurus specimens with shark bite marks on them.
Wow.
And it wasn't just the king that got nipped, as many large fish have also been found partially devoured by prehistoric jaws. And
Wow.
among the perpetrators in this bloodshed,
Do you think
the most
prehistoric
guilty
sharks were
was a
bigger?
type of Cratoxorhina, like shark.
Since, like, most
which
animals are
is terrible
smaller
news
nowadays?
if you know anything about the contemporary Western Interior Seaway. As then you'd understand that Cratoxorhina
Way
was an
bigger,
absolute
right? Surely
monster,
these were, like,
reaching Goliath sizes
massive.
and being capable of
Oh, yeah,
staging
they're
strikes at
literally
over
talking about
70
how massive these
kilometers
sharks
or
were.
43 miles per hour,
Ah!
using its giant razor-sharp teeth
Ah!
to cause catastrophic bleeding and trauma. And these teeth were so serrated and sharp that it's led to it being nicknamed the Ginsu shark, after the famous Ginsu knives. And
Wow.
while the Australian version might not have been the same Cratoxorhina species
Whoa.
from America, It could still be a sister
was a
species
big boy.
or closely related family member.
Yeah, right. The
and was,
huge
in true
shark,
Australian
right?
fashion, even deadlier, having similar, albeit longer teeth, and growing to be
shark.
larger, with matured specimens hovering around 9 meters or 30
that's
feet,
a submarine.
while weighing over 6 tons, meaning it was one of the largest sharks to ever live, period. And makes the great whites of Australia today look like child's play.
Wow.
The abnormal success of sharks in the sea might have been due to their powerful senses, which theoretically helped them navigate the murky waters and gain an advantage against competition. Or it could have been just something to do with Eromanga Sea in general. As there did seem to be a pattern of animals
thank
doing
you
well
for the
here
super.
that were not
Sharks as a
generally
species
popping
are
up
actually
elsewhere.
older than
And
Polaris.
another example of this is a group of animals.
Wait, that means
actually in the
Polaris
midst
is
of
kind
their
of
own
young,
undoing.
actually.
The ichthyosaurs.
And also, Earth is kind of
While
old.
these were the rulers of the Triassic and large parts of the Jurassic,
Earth is kind of an
ichthyosaurs had
unkstar.
found themselves in a rather rut during the early Cretaceous, and were beginning a downwards trend.
There's
that
so
would
many younger
unfortunately not
stars out
stop,
there, huh?
courtesy of climatic upheaval. And yet, in the Eromanga Sea, some of them were making
No,
one
these are
last
not the
stand,
sharks they sell in
thriving
IKEA.
despite everything, and reaching sizes
Earth
not
is
seen
Earth
since
is in the solar
Jurassic.
system of unks.
And while not
yeah.
the sea's apex predators, Eromanga ichthyosaurs still had impressive
21
diets,
season, 40
which
million
included
years old.
a diverse
Dang.
amount of fish, occasional
But
marine
the sun is on the
reptiles,
younger side,
and lots
right?
and lots of squid, with
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
specimen even being discovered with a belly filled to the
Right.
brim with belemnites that had been swallowed whole.
I mean,
While these guys were
if
reptiles,
not, like, what is
they
it?
did bear
Like, towards the end of a star's life, the sun becomes, like, a darker red color, and then it also gets, like, bigger, right? It, like, swallows up all the planets. Until eventually it basically kind of explodes and becomes a black hole or something like that. Yeah, like a red giant. Right.
quite a coincidental resemblance to dolphins,
Depends on the star.
and likely
Okay.
mirrored their agility and speed. with their
Only if
length
it's
to depth
massive.
ratio
I see.
being between 3 and 5,
Mm.
which is the perfect amount to reduce water resistance and drag. They also possessed smooth skin, compact
Oh, our
bodies,
sun can't be a
and
black
large
hole.
tail
Hold on,
fins,
though. I didn't know
all
that.
making them among the fastest swimmers in Australia. And about
So what happens to a star that reaches the end of its life if it can't become a black hole? It just disappears.
20% faster than any other marine reptile.
It'll
in their
become a white
environment.
dwarf.
And if you
Ah, it
took a
becomes
swim,
smaller.
You'd expect to see a few kinds flying
That
about.
means it's gonna get
But
very
it was
cold,
one genus
no?
in particular that was on
Mm.
top, the Platypterygius. This genus was by a landslide the most common ichthyosaur, and made
Our
it
sun
big.
will swallow into a red giant, expected to reach up to Mars, and then the rest remains as a white dwarf. I see, I see. It kind of just sits there radiating heat over millions of years. It becomes smaller and eventually splatters out. Oh, okay. So it will explode? Interesting. So it kind of depends on the star.
Big, specializing in deep diving, where it used its
That
large
was an
eyes and
interesting
toothy
looking
curved
drawing.
snout to pick off
What
prey
the? This
with
this
ease.
the face is
And
crazy.
for its level of speed, this creature was impressively huge, measuring over 7 meters.
It
or
looks like the
23
plague
feet,
doctor
providing it with a
mask.
certain degree of defensive and offensive prowess against
Yeah.
smaller and
Claps would be
medium-sized
immediate,
animals.
yeah.
And though its teeth were designed mainly for softer prey, its size did allow for
Either
some bigger
explode into a
mouthfuls,
supernova
like
or
large protostatic
collapse
sea
into a black
turtles
hole. I
and
see.
even dinosaurs, specifically birds, as
There's
an
probably a lot of
Onontius
time,
was
yeah.
found within one stomach. However, its size did not come without risks, as it did bring
This
the
one looks like a
unwanted
dolphin with a
attention
really
of true
long
giant
snout.
killers, like the Kronosaurus,
Yeah.
with specimens being occasionally killed and partially eaten by them. There is also evidence that these ichthyosaurs prefer to stick to the southern shores like the pliosaurs did, too, where they remained a staple until the very bitter end,
Whoa.
being among the last ichthyosaurs to have ever lived.
Aw.
So, as you can see, the
Oh my
Eromanga
gosh,
achieved quite a
massive
reputation for its own
turtles.
giant creatures. However, like Australia today, the
Mm.
prehistoric waters didn't only nail down massive monsters, but also perfected those that were just downright hard to look at.
Oh.
And the best example of this were non-shark fish, who for the most part were actually pretty normal.
Okay.
With many kinds of halicomorphs, elapomorphs,
Okay.
albiliforms,
Normal
and
looking
aspidorychids, calling the sea home. But a couple of times, the fish went off the deep end. Literally.
I love that Bullseye video. That big dog with the long snout that's supposed to be kind of dumb. Like it's supposed to be like a really dumb dog. Like so cute. There's a period where I would just look up videos of this dog because it's so silly. I love silly looking big dogs. They're so silly. We fly high, thank you for the super. For the last 2 hours, every time you popped in, you see an entirely different topic explaining how Australia is a concentrated deaf world or what looks like someone's last photograph. No, this is prehistoric Australia. Don't worry, this is nobody's photograph. These are all just like animation images. Yeah. Yeah, the borzoi dog. Yeah, so cute. They hunted dwarves and they're pretty good at it. Oh, really? Yeah, they're good boys, but apparently they're not very smart, is what I read.
And metaphorically, in terms of look. For starters, there was this effectiveness-like Kuyu that grew to be over 8 feet or 2.5 meters long, and had a big old ugly mouth that let it swallow down prey whole that was nearly its own size.
Does it never close its mouth?
You do the math. It typically liked to stick to the surface.
Okay, it can close its mouth. Like, that looks open, like forever.
Even being found in narrow straits and possibly brackish water. And while it was certainly an unfriendly sight, it wasn't as disturbing as something we are quite familiar with today.
Oh, swordfish.
Yeah, their long rostrums make them a bit odd and at times dangerous. But the swordfish I'm talking about was messed up for a completely different reason. Its teeth.
Gosh.
Now, this probably sounds a bit strange, considering that modern swordfish are toothless.
Yeah.
But in Cretaceous Australia, they were swimming dental abominations.
Oh my gosh.
And before getting ahead of myself, I should clarify that the swordfish I'm referring to were swordfish-like, not real ones. Instead belonging to the now extinct Pachycormiform order.
They were kind of sword sharks.
Was specifically the Protosphyreina.
Kind of really derpy looking. Looks like he needs braces.
Design to flat blades and
his
were
buck
perfect
teeth.
for cutting, while being just as long as those seen in giant theropods, many times bigger than it. Which may be why paleontologists originally thought that this was a dinosaur. Another odd thing about this fish was its rostrum, which was reduced in length. This could be viewed as a good thing by some, since it limited its attack range, and yet in reality, this was actually terrible news, as it played a role in this creature's horrific killing method. You see, through convergent evolution, the Protosphyreina achieved a build similar to the living swordfish, in that it was very streamlined and had massive fins that generated immense speeds that could be greater than 55 miles or 88 kilometers per hour. And of course, it used this speed to torpedo itself into prey, with the force being concentrated into its teeth and short-faced spear, resulting in the victim being literally sliced in half. And though not reaching the size of sharks, pliosaurs, and ichthyosaurs, this fish still was not a laughing matter, with adults touching 3 meters or 10 feet long. Ironically, while more harmless than the Protosphyreina, you also can't forget about plesiosaurs, who looked even scarier. Here in the Eromanga Sea, they were the most successful marine group from a diversity perspective, greatly ranging in distribution and size, with some being over 2 tons.
What the heck is that shape?
23 feet long, and others
long neck, boy, yeah, like a sea
giraffe.
giraffe.
Though not monstrous hunters like the pliosaurs or sharks were, the plesiosaurs did have one major advantage, and that was their ability to adapt to different water salinity levels.
Sea giraffe,
sharks, ichthyosaurs, and fish were all usually found in just salt or
brackish
Nessie. Waters. Yet plesiosaurs were known to live in both, plus freshwater as well, being able to travel up rivers that ran into and fed the inland sea. This granted them the option to populate a multitude of
it looks like a turtle with a long neck.
The narrowest of waterways could potentially be harboring a multi-ton animal. So, yeah.
Wow, that shape is
Along with their
insane.
adaptability, plesiosaurs were further empowered by strong flippers, keen eyesight, drag-resistant bodies, and of course, their iconic long necks that let them sneakily prod schools of fish without scaring them off. And then to kill, their mouths were filled with dozens of small pointed teeth, perfect for catching fish and cephalopods.
What is
but
that?
Unfortunately, their designs, no matter how efficient, did not stop them from
the head
being
comes
food
out.
for a lot of the top predators. And given just how many of the Eromanga's animals were carnivores, it truly seems that nothing was completely safe in these waters.
This sea is just like carnivorous fish heaven. They just all eat each other. Crazy.
And yet, Eromanga still managed to squeeze in impressive animals that were relatively harmless.
Oh wow, there were harmless animals too. Okay, news to me. XP Company, thank you for the super. The real horror of Eromanga are the tentacle monsters,
including giant turtles, man-sized
octopus.
cephalopods,
Oh, here we go.
Plethora of fish,
octopus.
Jellyfish,
Oh.
Camarias, bivalves, snails, and rays.
Oh.
All this made Eromanga one of the liveliest bodies of water. And given that most residents were predators, you'd think that animals on land would get the message to stay far away. But in reality, they were drawn to it like moths are to a light. In the coast of Eromanga and its surrounding environments,
all the animals
were
were moving in. Prime real estate.
Why animals are so plentiful is not 100% certain.
Okay.
Yet some of the potential reasons include that the sea provided food directly for certain creatures, while also creating a myriad of different biomes.
I mean, were they kind of just stuck there?
Like coastal forests, wetlands, mangroves, flats,
like animals still stay there despite
some of the inhabitants who lived in these
despite
environments
how dangerous
provided the world with their own dose of terror. So if you were dropped in the sea and somehow made it out in one piece, you'd still be screwed. Heck, even if you made it to land and didn't see anything around you, there could still be danger from above, as these areas bred giants of the skies. Pterosaurs here thrived off of the fish the waters provided, and gave way to some absolute units, including the largest non-Asdarchid pterosaurs ever, the Anhangueridae.
Whoa!
Over 4 kinds are known to have lived in the Eromanga Basin.
Like a pelican,
and they're a bit of a
but
dying breed,
scary.
being among the last of their kind to possess teeth, which were used to hunt primarily fish. But they were so plentiful, you probably couldn't have gone a day without seeing one of these guys scouring the waters and shoreline. And they were very easy to spot, considering that the largest one, the Thapungaka, had a wingspan over 7 meters or 23 feet long. In other words, twice that of the biggest bird today. And it possibly got even bigger, reaching 31 feet or 9.5 meters. And so at this size, you probably wouldn't be taking any comfort in its piscivorous diet, as even a playful nip with its needle-like teeth would not have felt great. On the shorelines, pterosaurs were joined by another group of animals that have actually remained a staple in Australia. Crocodiles.
Okay.
Or rather crocodilians.
Crocodilians.
With 2 genera being known of, the Confractosuchus and the Isisfordia. Up until now, neither have actually been found in saltwater areas, rather spending their time in the rivers that fed the sea.
Okay.
But paleontologists do believe that, like the saltwater crocs of today, these two might have ventured between fresh, brackish, and saltwater, using ambush tactics to take out animals venturing too close to the water's edge, or even marine animals within the water itself. A more common occurrence for the Isisfordia, which sported a narrower snout, while the Confractosuchus had wider jaws that were similar to those seen in modern crocodiles. Fortunately, the one silver lining is that both weren't supersized like their contemporary, the Dinosuchus, with Isisfordia only measuring 1 meter or 3.3 feet, and the
hanging next
Confractosuchus
to a
being
crocodile
bit
for
bigger
no
at around
reason.
2.5 meters or
Probably
8 feet,
deserved.
so about the same size as your typical Komodo dragon.
Should have ran.
But they made up for what they lacked in size with their larger-than-life diets, because these guys, namely the Confractosuchus, had skull morphologies indicating a general diet of animals bigger than itself, which apparently included dinosaurs, as one specimen was found with an ornithopod within its abdomen, and another being unearthed right next to a sauropod that it was likely scavenging upon. Now, with all this said, though crocodilians and pterosaurs were no doubt deeply rooted in the area, there was still dinosaurs that reigned supreme on land, and they were surprisingly numerous near the Eromanga Sea, indirectly benefiting from the rich resources it provided. Additionally, the sea likely created various islands and blocked off certain sections of land, forcing many to cross or use beaches as walking paths. Located specimens show that virtually every type of dinosaur lived near Eromanga Sea, with sauropods in particular being quite widespread. And these sauropods weren't just any normal longnecks, but rather members of the infamous Titanosaur family, which to this day hold the title for the largest animals to ever walk.
Oh my gosh.
As of now, at least 5 genera called the land surrounding Eromanga
Crocs have changed little since prehistoric times.
Diamantinosaurus, Savannah.
When they saying like, what was it? Crocodiles and hippopotamus peak animal form. No notes, no need for evolution, no need to change.
Ostrosaurus, and the Winto Titan. Each one was well over 10 tons, and the biggest, the Australotitan, might have weighed more than 70, while growing 30 meters or 100 feet long, making it the biggest Australian animal ever, and about 7 times the size of a large elephant.
Oh my gosh.
These absolute units likely fed in the trees.
Like, can you imagine the animals that hunt elephants?
And based on fossil locations,
that were bigger than them?
Typically stuck by rivers and near beaches.
Whoa.
There is also evidence that it was fairly normal for a sauropod
I guess
to
elephants
die
were even
close
bigger
enough to
before
the sea
too.
that it eventually got dragged out by waves.
Dragged
with paleontologists thinking they may have played a huge role in underwater communities, acting a bit like a prehistoric whale fall. And tracks further suggest that groups often walked along the coast, frequently bringing them into close proximity with aquatic life. And sure enough, even Kronosaurus, sharks, and plesiosaurs have been found relatively close
yeah,
to
mammoths
sauropod
are
skeletons.
much bigger, right?
And
than
it
regular
appears
elephants.
that these giants' preference for water
Woolly
extended
mammoths.
to other herbivorous dinosaurs as well, including the Kunbarasaurus,
Woolly mammoths seemed cool
Muttaburrasaurus,
because of Ice Age.
iguanodontids, multiple
But maybe woolly
unidentified
mammoths weren't
ornithopods,
nice too. Were
and
they?
ankylosaurs.
Were they?
Now, sure, these dinosaurs
Are you
aren't
gonna tell
the
me
most
woolly
scary or
mammoths were
dangerous,
also
but they were
hunting
still
monsters?
Probably not the animal you'd want to provoke. And they were by no means
Beasts.
alone, as you did, of course, have meat-eating theropods
Oh my gosh.
that prowled the coastlines as well.
Oh wow, the lipstick
and they
is crazy.
were regrettably the worst
But
kind possible.
but Ice Age,
The
they have a good PR. The Ice
If you've
Age said
seen
they
my
were
recent
nice.
Video, you know why I say the worst. And if you haven't, you should. But here's a little refresher. Megaraptorans were
They
clade
probably also
carnivorous
can't talk.
dinosaurs that had
No!
giant sickle claws, not on their feet,
They can't
but their
talk.
hands. That, in combination with giant powerful arms, allowed Megaraptorans to essentially become Freddy Kruegers,
Wow.
slashing and impaling prey, which they would then literally eat like skewered kebabs.
They were
while
nice
alive.
and best friends with
and don't forget
saber-toothed
that they also had
tiger and
extremely
sloth.
hollowed
Trust
bones
you were
that made them
there.
much lighter than
Yes,
they should have been,
exactly.
resulting in them essentially being the cheetahs of their time.
What?
Just a lot more horrifying.
Oh my
and
gosh.
of course, in true Australian
What?
fashion, there couldn't be only one Megaraptoran.
Cheetah
Oh no, there had to be a
dinosaur.
couple, with at least one being identified and named, while the others remain undescribed.
Wow.
The classified genus, Australovenator, meaning southern hunter, is coincidentally the biggest Australian theropod known thus far, weighing around 310 kilos
Oh my
or
gosh.
680 pounds,
Prehistoric
and reaching 6
cheetahs
meters
were
or 20 feet long. Thanks to
not
its
as
build,
good looking.
if this predator spotted you at close distance, you'd probably have no hope in outrunning it. And you wouldn't just have to
Wow.
worry about being skewered, seeing that it also possessed serrated, recurved teeth that let it easily gobble up animals and cut through their flesh like butter. It's honestly only natural that in prehistoric Australia, you'd have a group of predators ruling land that were nearly as creepy as the ones below. And even though they haven't
alright,
been
here we go,
discovered
land
in the
animals.
Eromanga Basin, there is the chance that many other kinds of theropods kept the surrounding land a death trap as
Oh,
well,
there,
with the
we're at the end.
Laphrosaurinid and Tyrannosauroids
Aussie
both being
dinosaur,
found
big and
not
scary.
so far from where the sea was situated.
In Melbourne.
Then, to tie it all together, on top of the endless carnivores, there was also danger from Mother Nature itself.
Ugh.
You see, for much of the early Cretaceous, Australia would have dealt with rampant flooding as the sea expanded, ruining animals, and in
Okay.
some cases, causing mass drownings. There's even one discovery that hints at a group of dinosaurs which ended up trampling one another during a likely attempt to outrun a flood.
Wow.
Frequent volcanic eruptions and subsequently tsunamis were also a thing too. As during the later
I guess there were a lot of earthquakes and tsunamis probably because the earth was still quite like volatile, moving a lot. Like
days, volcanic activity in the region
that's how
began to
land
tick
was
upwards.
all moving around.
On land, this meant ash clouds, lava flows,
Dang.
and other unpleasantries. Yet it was really in the sea where animals suffered, since the volcanism resulted in the continent's edges lifting up, which
Uh-huh.
began to slowly dry the inland sea, and thus dooming
Right.
many. And ultimately,
Right.
it's thought that this was the final nail in the coffin for the
Wow. The Eromanga Basin dried up.
the Eromanga Sea, with it shrinking a little bit more every single day, until eventually it became completely replaced by vast floodplains, with
Okay.
researchers estimating that it disappeared by the time the Albian stage ended.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. Beautiful scenery. Yeah, probably, but deadly, right? Oh my gosh. I see. Oh my gosh, we've learned a lot today. I guess we could listen to a, let's see, learn the Australian accent kind of video. I don't like how many of these videos look, so we're just going to listen. How to do an Aussie accent. Tip to sounding Australian. Alright, 2.1 million
G'day
views,
guys.
let's go.
Welcome to this episode like an Aussie when you speak English.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hold on. Let me get over there.
So this one simple trick
Okay.
is words that end with ER, OR, AR, URE,
Uh-huh.
OUR, and A all have the same pronunciation in Australian English, at least the majority of the time.
Okay.
And this is the short sound. So we make this sound by just lowering our jaw quite a way. and just literally saying the sound but short. So as opposed to words like ba and ka, which have the long A sound, this sound is a very short sound. So let's go through a couple of words for each one of these endings so you can practice sounding.
Yeah, I'm just not
like
showing the
an
video.
Aussie. And I will admit there are exceptions.
There are exceptions.
Like everything in English, the rule is that there is always an exception. But the majority of the time, these words are going to end with the sound ah. So it's a good place to start.
Listen and repeat. Okay.
So words that end with A. Area.
Area. Area.
Cobra.
Cobra. Cobra.
Coma.
Coma.
Flora.
Flora.
Words that end with AR. Polar.
Polar. Polar.
Cheddar.
Cheddar.
Linear.
Linear.
Jaguar.
Jaguar. Jaguar.
Words that end with ER. Water.
Water. Water. Water.
Laser.
Laser. Water.
Maker.
Maker.
Beer.
Beer.
Words that end with RE. Center.
Center.
Theatre.
Theater.
Tire.
Tire.
Fire.
Fire.
Words that end with OR.
OR.
Mirror.
Mirror.
Actor.
Actor.
Alligator.
Alligator.
Doctor.
Doctor.
Words that end with URE. Treasure.
Treasure.
Cure.
Cure. Ligma.
Nature.
Nature.
Structure.
Structure.
Words that end with OUR. Favor.
Favor.
Neighbor.
Neighbor. Interesting.
Humor.
Humor.
Hour.
Hour.
And then as a little bonus here at the end, guys,
Little
sometimes
bonus.
words with UR at the end are pronounced as as well. Although a lot of the time they're going to sound like And one example I could think of was amateur.
Amateur.
Amateur. So that's it for this episode, guys. I really recommend trying to make these pronunciation changes if you want to sound like an Australian.
I see. Yeah, so... As an American, it hurts. Why? Why does it hurt? Aussie accent always sounds like a cheese grater over your eardrums. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ligma. Silver. Silver cross. Silver cross. Silver cross. Silver cross. Yeah. You think it's the most pleasant accent? Oh, there was this one lady who spoke really beautiful English, but her video was a tad slow and way too long, so I didn't end up using it. But let me show you so you can hear it. There's this one lady that was like teaching Australian accents. I thought she sounded so nice. Hold on. Let me find her video. I looked at a bunch before picking which ones to use, but oh no, where's her video? I lost it. I lost it. Never mind, it's not there. I lost it, never mind. Australian accent. Australian accent. Australian accent. 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 I think that's it, right? Because you have to do like your ands. Accent. Alright, I'm scrolling down to try to find her. Learn the Australian accent fast. Okay, no, I don't see her. I heard this one lady with the most lovely accent, but her video is gone. So I don't know where she went. I don't know where she went. Alright, let's see this one lady.
So you want to learn how to speak with an Aussie accent? I don't blame you. It is one of the funnest accents out there, in my opinion, but it can be done badly. When us Aussies hear someone in a film or a TV show doing an Australian accent badly, it just hurts our ears. I feel like everyone from every culture would feel that same way. But I don't blame them. It is such a difficult accent to do. And I'm seeing this thing online, people mimicking the way we say no. I think you're mimicking H2O just said water, saying no, like N-A-U-R.
No.
I don't know what that is. It's no.
No.
Did I just sound like that? I don't know.
No.
Someone who defied this recently is Miss Caitlin Diva, who was an American. She just starred in Apple Cider Vinegar on Netflix and played an Australian. Her accent was better than mine. She did such a good job. So guys, it is possible. I did a video previously on the 100 most used words in the English language in an Australian accent for you to follow along with. So go check that one out if you haven't already.
She does have
Australian comments of people asking for me to do one with phrases so you could follow along in sentences, which I think is such a great idea. So today I'm
maybe hers is the cultivated accent.
This video will
I don't
be good
know.
for actors
where it doesn't super sound like
accent for a role,
Australian. It has more
or even
RP.
Gorgeous K-pop fans who I see you trying to sound like your favorite K-pop stars, like Miss Rosé. We love her. Or people who just want a cool party trick. If you can whip this out of the party, you're going to be the coolest one there.
Patty.
As a general kind of reminder, my accent is probably more cultivated.
There we go. I knew it.
There are broad Australian accents.
I identified her accent. Yes.
Quite thicker. And then
After
a general Australian accent, which mine kind of is, and then cultivated, who, for example, would be Kate Blanchett. Because I did.
Kate Blanchett, yeah. When people were like, oh, I didn't even know she was Aussie.
Theatre training and speech and drama training. I do sound a bit more.
Yeah, when you guys say, oh, she doesn't sound Australian, it's like, oh, maybe this is cultivated.
British sometimes, but when I'm angry, my inner bogan comes out.
Inner bogan.
She's in there, she's in there. Okay, let us get to it. So this video will be split into 3 parts for your enjoyment.
Are you supposed to see the video? No.
Phrases from famous movies, which are just...
I'm just listening.
We just need to do that for fun. And then we'll do phrases that you can use while you're traveling. And lastly, we'll do phrases that are...
It's just a lady gesturing.
To Australia. And they're going to sound goofy and silly and not make sense, but they're common phrases that Australians know and use every day. Like in my previous video,
she's not showing any
I'm
like graphs or
phrase,
pictures or whatever on the screen.
I'll say it again, you repeat, and then we'll move on to the next phrase.
Okay.
Sound good? Let's go. This is going straight in the pool room.
This is going straight in the pool room.
This is going straight in the pool room.
Straight in the pool room.
You're terrible, Muriel.
Terrible, Muriel.
You're terrible, Muriel.
Is she doing Italian gestures
How many times
just
do I have
some
to
hand
tell you?
gestures.
Green is not your color.
Green is not your color. How many
times do I have to tell you?
Tell you.
Green is not your color.
How many times do I have to tell you? Green is not your color.
What? Like it's hard?
What? Like it's hard?
What? Like it's hard?
I was like movie quotes, but in an Australian accent.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty mild, like
You're
the cultivated accent.
Drive.
It's like very, it doesn't have a lot of the.
You're a virgin. You can't drive.
It doesn't have a lot of the stereotypical things you would think is an Australian accent.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, it sounds really normal. Yeah.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
The Aussies interview video, exactly what you imagine an Australian accent sound like.
A simple choice,
it's probably more the broad
get
accent then, right?
Or get busy
Because they
dying.
define the 3 types.
Sorry, there's a tram.
Yeah. Gone with the Wind. Shawshank Redemption.
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living or get busy dying.
Get busy dying. Fetch is everywhere now. I don't think so.
Phrases you can use while traveling. Can I please have a flat white?
Can I please have a flat white?
Can I please have a flat white?
Flat white?
Where is the nearest bathroom?
Where is the nearest bathroom?
Where is the nearest bathroom?
Bathroom. Oh, she's like bathroom. Where is the nearest bathroom? Room?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you. Instead of thank you?
Excuse me, can you please tell me where the train station is?
Can you please tell me where the train station is? Train station is?
Excuse me, can you please tell me where the train station is?
Can you please tell me where the train station is?
Do you have the Wi-Fi password?
Wi-Fi password?
Stomach.
Wi-Fi password.
Do you have the Wi-Fi password?
The Wi-Fi.
Let's just do some polite manners as well.
Polite manners.
Please.
Polite manners.
Please.
Polite manners.
Thank you.
Please, thank you.
Thank you.
Polite manners.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
The twin Aussies? No, I haven't. Who are they?
Sorry.
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 And for a little bit of fun.
Fun?
That's not Australian. I don't know what that was. For the fun, I'm going to say some Australian phrases that maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't. I'll explain what they mean, and I want you to give them a go. This is great for a party trick. This phrase means that they'll be okay. She'll be right.
She'll be right. She'll be right.
She'll be right.
She'll be right.
Also keep in mind that the way I'm saying it, so what is it? Pitch. The pitch I'm saying it with and the rhythm I'm saying it with is the way we say it. So keep that in mind when you do it. This means my pleasure. No worries.
No worries.
No worries.
No worries is Australian.
This means that you're looking at something.
Okay.
Having a squiz.
Having a squiz.
Having a squiz.
Having a squiz.
Now, if you're looking at something,
the train was good. Train.
It's different.
Train.
You say, they're having a sticky beak.
Wait, what? What does this mean?
You say, now if you're looking at something but being a little bit nosy about it, it's different. You say, they're having a sticky beak.
Ah, like you're being nosy. They're having a sticky beak.
They're having a sticky beak.
Sticky beak.
This is so silly.
Like you stuck your beak into
serious. It's great.
Into the gossip.
Okay. This means no.
No.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah. The head shake is also part of it. And this means yes. Nah, yeah.
No, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
I feel like this is done in other places too.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah,
nah,
no.
yeah. Nah, yeah. The shrug. It's the
Nah,
shrug.
yeah.
Nah, yeah. Like that. This means that the place is cold. The winter's pretty nippy in Melbourne. Or you say something like...
It's pretty nippy.
It's a bit nippy. It's a bit nippy.
The winter is a bit nippy.
And that means it's cold.
Naruhodo.
So now you are an expert. The Australian dialect. Well done.
Naruhodo. All right, I learnt some slang, I guess. Naruhodo. Oh wait, I want to watch the... Hold on. My favorite Australia video. Hold on. Kid. The bird video, please! You understand nothing? Wait, oh my gosh, it's like not loading. Hello? Wow. There we go. Where's the kid? Yeah. The kid getting attacked by the bird. Okay. Boy gets swooped. Okay. There we go. Hold on, just the best video. Where is it? It lost it. There we go. There it is. Yeah. The terror. Oh my god. This is not a cat mama hide. Is this part? Wait, was it this one? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, yeah. I really like this video. It's crazy. The birds just having a bit of fun. Just trolling. The birds are dickheads. Yeah, probably. No, it's a magpie, I think. Yeah. So. Poor kid, it is funny. It's hilarious. Yeah, just don't get your eye poked out. Yeah, just don't do that. When I searched magpie on YouTube, the suggestion on YouTube was magpie murder. So, pretty violent, maybe. A little scary. You thought it was the bird screaming? No. The ibis song? No, I don't know what that is. Aren't crows like this sometimes in Japan too? Yeah, they're really smart and they remember your face and they hold grudges. Generational grudges, so yeah. Pretty scary. Yeah, they snatch your food and stuff. Yeah, in Japan. If you eat outside where the birds gather and stuff, sometimes they'll just snatch your food, yeah. So. Magpies are murder crows. Oh, wow. Scary. Yeah. Yeah, a group of them are called murder. I know. But I think it was like violence. It was, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Flying devils, and they have orca colors. Oh my. The Aussiest interview is exactly what you'd imagine an Aussie accent sounds like. I didn't watch one of the Aussie interviews, and I think the guy was supposed to be difficult to understand or something, but he wasn't really that difficult to understand. So I like failed to understand the what were all the question marks for? It's like I think you could perfectly understand this guy. When I saw the video. Yeah. Seagulls will outright dive bomb you. Yeah, birds could be pretty violent. I guess, like, you know, imagine if they were like the prehistoric Australian, you know, Eromanga birds, and you know, they had sharp teeth and they were like 10 times bigger than the birds today. With a similar amount of aggression. Yeah, like proto-birds, exactly. Absolute monsters. The ibis song is your favorite song about birds in kind of Australia. There's a song about birds. Oh my. You usually make friends with the magpies in your area so that they recognize you and won't attack. Oh, interesting. You could do that. They're not corvids and not related, can be befriended similarly, but will attack you anyway during nesting time with eggs. I see. So it's a timing thing. It's like how bears are really aggressive if they have, like, bear children. Yeah. What is didgeridoo? I don't know what that is. A guy on the rocky cliff with his GF reacting to lightning strike. Was that the talk just then? No, I don't think so. What do you mean? Yeah, it's an instrument. Oh, I don't know about this. It's an Australian instrument? Yeah. Didgeridoo. Oh, wow. Oh, it's like a really long stick. What does it sound like? 1 hour of music. Let's see. I'll hear it. Is that what it sounds like? Hold on. It's like this the whole time? Oh my gosh! Fave's video is called Meditate and Didgeridoo. 1 hour of didgeridoo music. It's just like that the whole time. I see. Saddest train horn. I see. Wow. Oh, wow. I'm learning a lot. I don't know. Oh, there's a famous video of a guy babbling and patting Australia making sense of a nearby lightning strike. Oh, wow. Healy. Australia funny video. Funny videos in Australia. Oh my gosh. Australian fails. Oh no, they're spider related. No! Oh my gosh. Scary. Australian tourism video made by a New Zealander. Wait, this might actually be kind of funny. This one might actually be kind of funny. Let me look at that. Australian TikTok. Oh wow. Let's see.
Welcome to North Queens.
Okay. Alright, we'll watch an Australian tourism video then. I'm gonna move aside. Quick. Okay. There it is.
Queensland, Australia. Fancy a swim in a tropical paradise?
You can't do that here because there's crocodiles. Oh, but don't worry, they've made a sign. You'd think there'd be signs everywhere in this tourist hotspot, right? Nah, there's just the one. And some beaches don't even have any because they mainly just use word of mouth around here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, apparently there's massive prehistoric beasts out there, so just take care. She'll be right. No, but your safety is important, so tourists are advised to remain at least 10 meters from the water's edge.
Oh my gosh, his shirt is the muscular
no
kangaroo.
Is gonna walk 11 meters for a meal, right?
Muscular kangaroo. Muscular kangaroo. Kangaroo.
As a bonus, they've also got stingers. Doesn't sound too bad though, right? Well, actually, stingers is just Australian for the most deadly marine animal known to mankind.
Wow.
But, you know, stingers is a good name too.
Box jellyfish.
I mean, it's like calling crocodiles nibblers.
Wow.
Oh, but they've already got a nickname for them. They've taken the term saltwater crocodiles,
okay,
dispensed with the more integral
water
part of the term, you know,
saltwater
crocodile. To leave a vague colloquialism that could
Salties!
be used to describe literally
Make it sound
any
cute.
marine animal. So if you're paddling in the shallows and a local notifies you that there's some salties round, don't just assume he's talking about dolphins or some form of innocuous mollusk, because actually he's referring to giant flesh-eating reptiles.
They're risking their lives to film this video in the water.
But don't let just this dissuade you. They've got other stuff too. Like the oldest tropical rainforest in the world. Oh, just be careful of deadly snakes and spiders. Oh, and this bird that may as well be a velociraptor.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the bird.
The best part is, you'll only need to pay a one-way fare because chances are you won't return.
Oh. There's no going back. He risked his life for the video. Otsukare. Posties in Australia. Okay, wow. Naruhodo. Oh, there's like a bunch of these. Wow. That was fun. That was very fun. Alright. Oh, wow. This is very educational today. Sunny's, Servo, Brekkie, Arvo, Outback. Yeah. Yeah, those are like basically the only ones I know too. I don't know any other words. But I guess everything can be shortened into something. In Australia, right? Australian words, yeah, Maccas. Maccas and things. Let's see, Australian words. Akadaka. How Aussies refer to the Australian band AC/DC. Ankle bite of a child, sure. The Aussie salute means the wave to scare off the flies. An avo for avocado. Wait, bail is Australian? Like, to bail on somebody? I didn't know that. Like, I use the word bail. Don't you? Like, that's surely not Australian. Yeah. Barbie for barbecue, sure. Yeah. Bathers for swimsuit, bathing suit. Okay. Alright, using bloody to extenuate a point, which is also used in the UK. Couple nuts, thank you for the super. Thank you for the educational Australian stream. Now you know to keep away from that hell. Scary things, scary stuff going on there, yeah. Yeah, thongs for flip-flops, yeah. True. I also know that one. The booze bus is the police vehicle used to catch drunk drivers. The bottle is the bottle shop, basically a place to buy alcohol. Yeah. And a Bruce is just an Aussie bloke, like, so any Bruce, like, okay, all Bruces are referred to Aussie blokes, okay? A budgie smuggler, which is the Speedo, yeah, I've heard that one before. Buggered is exhausted. I feel like this one's also used, I don't know. Oh no, but in the UK you say, like, I'm knackered, right? Let's see. Bush means, out in the bush means that you're out in the boonies, out in the countryside. Okay. The Cab Sav being the Cabernet. The red wine, okay. When you say that you're a cactus, it means that you are dead and broken. Okay. A Chocky Biki, meaning a chocolate biscuit. Chrissy means Christmas, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Crikey! Alright. Devo means to be devastated. Defo means definitely, okay. Facey meetings Facebook? Talking about being out in the booties, but isn't out in the booties just a regular phrase? Apparently in Australia they say that you're out in the bush. Is boonies Australian, guys? Okay. Australia's just shortened every word to 2 syllables max. I think so, yeah. Yeah, just add a Y at the end, and then you've got... Yeah, a frothy means a beer. Footy means the football. Yeah. Booty's not used. If anything, is out in the sticks. Okay, that makes sense to me. Yeah, good day. Good day. And, let's see. Gnarly, meaning awesome, or often used by surfers. Good on ya, meaning good work. Going off at somebody, meaning to, like, tell them off, like, be really angry. Hard yakka, meaning hard work. Heaps, meaning loads, but I feel like they use this in the UK too. I read British children's books and they use heaps. Heaps and heaps. Yeah. Iffy, meaning a bit risky. Okay, I feel like this one's used outside of Australia. Legless, meaning someone who's really drunk. Lollies, meaning sweets. This one's probably British as well. Heaps is very scarce, really. I've seen it in a lot of British children's books. Let's see. Piece of piss meaning it's easy. Okay. You little ripper, meaning that's fantastic, mate. And a sanga being a sandwich. What? Sanga. Servo, we know. Shark biscuit, meaning kids at the beach. Wow, okay. Runners for trainers' sneakers. Okay. Runners. She'll be apples, meaning everything will be alright. Okay. A sickie is a day off of work. To pull a sickie. Take a day off of work when you aren't actually sick. Yeah. Let's see. A stubby also meaning a bottle of beer. Yeah, sunnies for sunglasses. A swag is a single bed that you could roll up. A bit like a sleeping bag. Interesting. A swag? Tea means dinner. Oh. Yeah, thongs meaning flip-flops. Yeah. True blue meaning genuinely Australian. Oh, a tucker meaning a food. Tucker meaning food. Which is why a food shop is a tuck shop. Yeah. Wait, but isn't... But tuck shop is not Australian. Tuck shop, British English, is a shop that sells food and snacks and soft drinks. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was British. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I know. There we go. Yeah. But they say tuckers for food. So I guess it has similar origins, yeah. It's like speaking another language even though it's English, right? Yeah. Tuck shop is also the pachinko shop to get real money. Oh, yes. It's like the TUC. That's right. You're right. Yeah. What does it mean if an Aussie asks you to help fix their desk? What does it mean? What does it mean? It's tea is early dinner, supper is late dinner, not that people often have 2 dinners in a day. Oh, interesting. Right, like I wonder how the differentiation came about because like how many dinners are people having? How many meals are people having in a day? Interesting that they have Bruce but not Shayla. Is that also Australian? Is it? Australian jargon in the workplace. Let's see. Get your ducks in a row is to be organized. To circle back, nope, everybody uses this. Think outside the box, everybody uses this. Grab a cuppa. Okay, yeah, this is grab some tea or coffee. My week's chock-a-block, meaning very full or busy. XB Company, thank you so much for the super. Just want to see you talk to Mina or Cleo using Australian accent slang and see them be like, what are you talking about? Right. Sheila for female bloke in Australia. Solanda. I don't know too much about that actually. Touch base. That one's used worldwide, I'm pretty sure. Going forward, use worldwide. Giving it 110%. Okay, sure. Close of play. End of the trading day. Office hours. Okay, it's on my radar. Nope, this one's used everywhere. At the end of the day, when everything's taken into consideration, everybody uses this. It's a no-brainer. Sure. Arvo, meaning afternoon. Sure. It's a win-win situation, and no worries. Is no worries really Australian, guys? I feel like everybody uses no worries. Non-Australians use no worries. What? Brayden Micken, thank you so much for the super sticker. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I feel like people use it. Yeah, don't worry, no worries. People use it all the time. Maybe it was started there or popularized there, but I feel like everybody online uses it. It's very international. Now it is, yeah. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I guess some things that Australians think is Australian is actually used a lot in other places, it seems. Yeah. Okay, well, today we were able to learn a lot about Australia and crazy animals and wildlife, like modern wildlife and prehistoric wildlife. Oh, my head is cut off. Prehistoric wildlife as well. And Eromangasi, very educational today around that. So, thank you so much for joining me for this educational session. And I will see you, wait, I think Saturday morning for the Saga collab, right? And then 22 song karaoke. Ooh. It's gonna be summer themed and celebration themed for 22K, so it'll be a fun day. It'll be a fun day. Yeah. So I'll see you then. Alright. Arigato ne. A lot of people know bits of Cockney rhyming slang without realizing it, like Scooby-Doo. Clue is a famous one. Heh, I see. Alright. Well, yes, Saga Big Walk. Let's see how that game goes. I hope it goes well. It looks like fun. Yeah. Alright, well. See you at Big Walk on Saturday. Hi. Bye. Oh yeah, I need to put the the thumbnail up for Saturday, maybe? I think. I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do Twitch only in the morning. Yeah. Alright. I'll see you then. Bye bye!